Previously on Twin Portals.
Okay. Should we kick it
Okay,
off?
ready to go?
Yeah.
All right.
Are we on?
Yeah, this is-
Action.
Episode 1 of Twin Portals. I'm Scott. I am playing Scoots, a half orc.
Scott is a half elf.
I'm a half elk.
This is Minnesotan D&D.
I'm part stag. I'm a half orc barbarian. Yes, sailor. I'm on shore leave between trips right now, so hanging out in Waterdeep, trying to see if sometimes I run into my roommate Lark, who's also at the table. So yeah, whoever wants to go next.
I'm Beth. I play Ylka Gralhund. I'm a recently resurrected human bard, spent a bit of time in the City of the Dead, and now I am entertaining the masses at a local pub playing my concertina.
Wonderful.
Nice.
I am Justin. I'm Lark. Was mentioned by Scoot. We're childhood friends and roommates. I'm a human, a young human rogue from a noble family, but currently living in a rough part of town as I kind of am experiencing a bit of a falling out with my family currently.
I am Kendra, and my character is Zay. She is a Lightfoot halfling druid. She is a far traveler. We're not quite certain where she came from because after she was dumped out of a portal into the City of the Dead, she found herself with amnesia.
And my name is Matthias.
Yes.
I'll be your dungeon master for this game of D&D that we're playing. Little bit of background. This story is beginning in the city of Waterdeep, the city of splendors, which is sort of the New York City of Dungeons & Dragons. It's the biggest city on the Sword Coast, which is this coastline to the west of the continent that is full of massive port cities, but Waterdeep is the crown jewel of all of them. The season is autumn, the winds are blowing, it's starting to get chilly, it's almost as if it's October. The month is actually called Marpenoth, and is the 21st of Marpenoth. And things aren't so great in Waterdeep right now. It's almost as if there's impetus for some kind of adventure. Well, I should paraphrase. The city's been doing really well the last few years. There was this huge war a few years back where dragons rose up and tried to conquer the world. And that was quelled by an alliance of lords and armies from all the cities of the Sword Coast that all worked together to push it down. And since then, it's been this kind of post-war economy where everyone's doing really well and working together, and there's less trade restrictions, and people are just generally happier because they survived. However, recently in Waterdeep, there's been an uptick in crime. There's been gang violence, especially in the dock ward and the trades ward and kind of the poorer districts. The City Watch is having a very hard time controlling it, and it's kind of bubbling up every night, even during the daytime. The only really safe place in the city is the castle ward, which is where the palace and the nobility spend most of their time, and there's a very high guard presence. And so this little charrette of ours, this adventure, begins in the Yawning Portal Tavern, which is in the castle ward, one of the safest places in the city. And so people are coming here more often recently because it's one of the safer taverns, and you know that if you go there, you'll probably have a good night and not be attacked. Right, that's the map. We have a map on our table that you can't see, so it's really good recording fare.
Everyone's being real quiet and pointing at the map.
Yeah, so if you picture in your head a map.
If this goes on YouTube, I will put a map right now.
Right? Look in the window on the top left of your screen, and you will see the map.
Behind the advertisements.
Yeah. So the Yawning Portal is a very, very old tavern. It's almost as old as the city itself. In fact, some would say it's older. It's a bar built in the shell of an ancient wizard's tower, and so it's this kind of circular, massive auditorium with different tiers, different floors. And each floor is full of rowdy patrons. We zoom our camera in now to one table, a sturdy wooden table with a little candle burning in the middle. And around it are these four that just introduce themselves. The barkeep, Bonnie, just delivered some more drinks. Ylka, you just finished your set. and you don't know each other completely yet, do you? You're all kind of unfamiliar.
Well, I know Lark a little bit. Yeah, we're roommates. We hung out as kids until I had to take off for a while to go work on a boat, the Sea Plum, for quite a few years. But I ended up running into him again. His family was on a pleasure vessel, which I think was not the scandalous sounding pleasure vessel.
We're like 2 minutes in. You're
Only
talking about
scandal.
Pleasure vessels.
Tell us more about your pleasure vessel.
Yes, well, it's cleaner than the normal vessels. That's good. That's the way. So, and Lark just came up to me one day, said he needed a place to stay, and so I'm barely in my apartment, my little hole at the where am I staying? The Splintered Stairs. The Splintered Stairs over in the dock ward. So
Does that mean there's room for one more? Because I just got kicked out of my.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that, Scoot. So,
I don't take up a whole lot of space.
So this is Zay.
Hi.
Scoot. This is my friend Scoot.
Hey,
So I caused a bit of a
that's why you
ruckus.
brought me here?
Well, there that and I also wanted you to hear the melodious strains of Ylka. It's high.
That was yes, that was good.
So I feel in
Good show.
awe that I'm able to sit here at the table with you.
Yes.
But yes, so Zay, this lovely far traveler here, Zay, is now without a home, and I was wondering if it would be okay if she maybe moved in with us.
How do you two know
The
each
Splintered
other?
Stair.
Lark saved me. He's so big and strong.
Him.
Yes, there were these terrible men that came running into the House Falcon Manse, and they were going to hurt me, and Lark saved me. And
All
now I
technically
can't
true.
go back.
Yes.
Now I can't go back. I feel like I should send a note to Melanor so he knows where I am.
Yeah.
Oh, I know Melanor. You know Melanor too?
Yes, he's let me stay there.
And you got kicked out of Melanor's place?
Well, now I think it's Melanor didn't want me to leave, but I feel like it's unsafe there now.
Oh.
But so I don't think I should return because those bad men might still be looking for me.
Yeah, I think that's a very good idea that we don't go back there.
I got a friend there.
Oh, you're so brave and smart.
Oh, thanks.
So this
Good Lord.
this Melanor will he be okay on his own there?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
He's gonna be great.
My friend Leah is staying there too. This is a lot of characters we're introducing right away.
To our listening audience, we'll have an appendix at the end of the
Yeah.
episode where we describe each character in detail.
Who's Leah?
Leah-
The
Leah-
manse is pretty big. I might not have run into.
Leah's a friend of mine. Melanor's taking care of her. Okay,
Nora's
so
behind the curtain.
you can't go back there. Melanor's there. Leah's there. And you guys want to move in together.
With you.
Well,
with me, it'd be great.
Yeah. All three of us. Ilka, where do you live? Maybe you want to live with us too.
So successfully, I've been earning my own keep here every night as I'm bringing in crew. They're happy to put me up with these melodious strains of my concertina.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Isn't
You
it
know,
just-
Young
we
Portal's
could move in
actually-
with you.
It's one of the most prestigious gigs in town. The fact that you're able to stay there is like you've made it as a musician.
Is your room nice?
It's
Is it
spacious.
spacious?
In fact,
Wow.
I've earned their approval night after night. Though I am still missing a couple of my pearl-handled pegs on this concertina, I can still play some outstanding licks without
yeah,
them.
that sounded beautiful. You know, I haven't heard you play since I pulled you out of that. What's the name
wait, you
of
guys-
a mausoleum?
Wait, what?
You haven't
Several
shared.
weeks
So
ago.
so we met.
Wow.
You guys know each other too?
Yeah.
You know Ylka?
I do.
We go back.
My gosh.
This is a small water deep.
Weeks even.
Actually, Ilka was the first person that I met in Waterdeep.
Same, but the other way. Same as the
Yeah.
first one I met.
Yeah.
Waterdeep is a population of about 300,000, so that's
Doesn't
pretty
seem like it,
coincidental.
yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Yeah. The last and first thing I remember about arriving here was that I kind of tumbled onto the ground in what I now know is called the City of the Dead, and I heard this haunting music, which was almost even more beautiful than what you played tonight. And so I approached this mausoleum, And I pulled open the doors, and it led me down these paths. And at the bottom of them, there she was with her beautiful
You rehearse in a
concertina.
mausoleum.
Well, not
incredible.
exactly.
I suppose the acoustics would be really good.
Yeah, that makes sense now.
Yeah.
Bonnie is standing at the table with your last round of drinks,
Is she
kind
been
of
holding
listening to
the
all
whole time?
this
Oh,
on a
thanks.
tray.
Thank you, Bonnie.
She's like, Ylka, I didn't know any of this.
Oh no.
What
like-
are you?
Well, it's a funny, complicated sort of story. Maybe I'll work it into a song for you someday.
I hope so.
Why does it have to be our
Cheers,
last
cheers,
round of
cheers,
drinks? What's happening?
Your latest round of drinks.
Oh, okay.
Correction.
Well, I kind of
Because
like her now.
I really like this berry concoction that you've been bringing me, Bonnie, and I wouldn't mind having a little bit more.
Because it's my specialty. I'll bring you some more. And she runs off. You see her talking to the bartender, and he kind of scowls at her. So as you're sharing your life stories and your hearts to each other, pouring them out over tankards of ale, the sound of yelling people gambling and singers singing bawdy drunken songs to the tune of the off-key bard that's playing right now is not as good as Ylka. He's got a lute with only 3 strings on it, and he thinks that he's good enough to play it like that, but not really good enough. Suddenly all the noise around you on this level is eclipsed by a shout. Somebody says, "You pig! You like killing me mates, do ya?" And you see from across. So a little bit about the yawning portal. It's called the yawning portal because the center of the tower, in the middle of the room, there is this massive well, basically like a 20-foot wide well that just plummets into darkness. People say it goes to Undermountain, which is this massive, never-ending complex of underground tunnels and dungeons below the city. So the yawning portal is like the main way to get down there, and the barkeep actually charges people to go into the well and seek their fortune. Cool. And that's where it gets its name. So across the yawning portal, you see a 7-foot tall half-orc punched in the face by a bald male human whose head is covered in tattoos. And 4 other humans are standing behind him, like ready to go with their dukes up. They're ready to just freaking throw down. The half-orc woman, she cracks her knuckles and she roars and she leaps at the tattooed guy and starts socking it out with him. Before you can see anything else that happens, the crowd throngs around them and the sounds of a bar fight overtake anything else that was happening at the bar. You recognize this half-orc. Lark. this is in our canon. There are no half-orcs.
It's catchy.
Yeah, you recognize her as Yagra.
It's Yagra?
Your
Okay.
business associate.
Okay.
Yagra.
Yes.
So was the human, we think the human yelled?
The half-orc did.
The half-orc
No.
yelled.
Excuse me, the human did.
The
Correct.
human yelled to the...
Yep.
Okay.
That's why he said "you pig." That's very racist, actually.
All right.
Very, very not tactful to say it to a half-orc.
So this is the guy with tattoos on his head, and he's got a backup gang of 3
Yep,
other
goons. 4
thug-looking
other
guys,
goons.
all
So it's
tattooy
3
looking.
versus orc. 4 versus
5
5
versus
versus orc.
5 humans, 1 orc.
Yep.
Okay.
What do you do?
So you guys just saw this, right? That's actually somebody that I know, a business associate of mine.
You know that guy?
Yagra, the half orc that just got
She looks like
punched.
she's gonna get trampled.
Yeah. Scoot, go do something.
I get up and I go do something. I take one more swig of... Am I drinking ale or berries?
Can you tell me?
I'm probably drinking berries. Okay, so I'm drinking, I take one more chug of berries. I take the lime off the rim and eat that and then throw it.
Nice.
And then then I go charging over towards Yagra to see what's up.
Okay.
And I go running over behind Scoot.
I stand up on my bar stool, unsling my concertina, and begin spewing vicious mockery at the hideous humans
Okay.
whilst...
Roll for initiative.
May I pull from the dice pool?
Yeah, go for it. You want to...
Roll for initiative. Initiative.
Ooh. I'm going to retire that guy. That's a heavy one.
That die got 1 roll. And that's gone.
It's just acoustically aggressive.
I see.
All right.
Hey, that sound makes sense to me. For Scoot.
Yeah, that's supposed to
I will go first.
Acoustically aggressive. All right, that's going in my personality traits. I got a... Okay, go ahead.
13. 13 for Zay.
Yep.
Scoot's got an 18.
18. Damn, Scoot.
Well, I rolled a 17 on my monster die.
7. Well, you're like
That makes sense.
You're like
Take
2
your
turns.
time.
You were doing
I gotta
work, yeah.
Get my hands in.
Yeah.
13.
13.
So this is actually
Stretch my
pretty
wrist.
perfect.
Very well. So, Scoot,
Yeah, huh?
you're up.
All right, so
Swift orc.
yeah, I'm the very fastest of the half elks. So I'm gonna go ahead. You know, let's not fool around. Whoever's right in the face of Yagra.
There's a huge crowd around, so you have to like push.
Oh yeah.
First.
Oh yeah. I will. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm moving and getting through there.
Make
If
a
I can
strength check.
strength check. I would before. Okay. I won't retcon that. Yes. That will be just a strength check. That's 13.
13. Okay, so yeah, you're able to push your way through this crowd of people. They're all kind of like, ooh, ah, and as you clear through to where the fight's going on, you see Yagra is on top of this dude with the tattoos, pounding his face into the ground.
Cool.
And he's just trying to get away from her at this point, and his goons are kind of like, what do we do? What the fuck do we do? But the other 4 dudes are posed to tackle her. Yeah. So what would you like
Are
to do?
posed to tackle. They're not backing away. They're getting ready. They look like they're about to jump in.
They're gonna help their dude out. He's gonna get killed by her if he doesn't.
All right. Is there anyone that looks the biggest?
The dude that's under her.
Next
The
biggest.
other four are all kind of malnutrition-y.
Oh,
that's the word.
Perfect.
Malnourished.
Malnourished. Yeah. Malnourished. Fine. Yeah. Love it.
It's malnutrition.
Yeah.
I go ahead and I unstrap that great axe.
Oh shit.
Oh god.
Oh no.
And as you do that, the crowd parts. Yeah.
Like,
So far, this has been a fist fight. Like it hasn't
Okay.
been like a stabby fight.
You know what? I still undo the great axe, but I'm gonna sideswipe. So I'm doing blunt damage. So I'm not
Oh, I see.
I'm not going blade. I'm going flat edge.
Pancaking.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
just this is gonna be very dismissive. And before this, I'd like to rage. So I'm gonna rage spank with my great axe.
Great, do it.
Let's see how this goes. That's 14.
14 is a hit.
Okay, so it's normally 1d12 slashing. What do you want to do for the flat edge?
Like 1d4 bludgeoning.
1d4
plus strength.
bludgeoning.
It's an improvised weapon.
Plus strength?
Yeah.
Okay. 2, so 5.
Okay. Yeah, so you wander up to the nearest dude. He's not even looking at you, and you just crush him in the back of the skull with the flat of your axe, and he tumbles forward and almost gets mixed up in the brawl between Yagra and the dude on the ground.
Okay.
And the other 3 turn around towards you and are like, "You what, mate?" And they're ready to go with you too. They put their hands like they're starting to like draw daggers and stuff. It's getting ugly in here real quick. Next would be Lark.
So I've been behind Scoot this whole time. So did I make it through am I through the crowd and in kind of the throng of it, or am I like
You'd be
dealing?
right behind.
Okay.
Scoot. That's a clear path.
Okay. Then I'm gonna jump out and say, "Hey, do you want my friend here to knock some other heads? Because he will. Look at him. He's huge. And Yagra here, she doesn't mess around. So I think you guys should just step back and get out."
Roll intimidation.
10.
10.
Plus,
He's also physically very unintimidating.
true.
So as you say that, that distracts everyone enough. Like the crowd is quiet now as the fight's getting serious. And the guy underneath Yagra like squirms out from under her and takes a step back, and his friends kind of catch him, and they all look at you, and they look scared when they see Scout with his great axe. And what do you look like? Are you just dressed like a dandy or like?
Yeah. I am wearing noble clothes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and like you remember the nobility, so they don't want to get mixed up in that action at all, because that was a death offense, you know. And actually, as you say that, the bartender jumps over the counter with a great sword in hand, and he's barking out like, "No weapons, no weapons! Get out of here!" And they're kind of glancing around the goons, and they start to retreat towards the door. The 5 of them. Yagra's just on the ground, looking kind of deflated. What would you like to do? Zay, you are next in initiative.
I approach Scoot, and I prepare to back him up, but before that, I whisper to him, that Yagra, she sure is pretty. I could see why you came to her defense.
She kind of looks like Sigourney Weaver, but like bigger and with small tusks.
I'm confused. Confused.
Yeah.
Not turned off, but confused.
Yeah.
And then I hand you the rest of my berry stuff for power. So I am.
I accept your berry stuff.
I am helping.
The help action for you D&D fans.
I'm going to provide advantage for his next attack.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Or ability, should
ability.
he decide to do something different.
Yes.
Ylka.
Here comes our religion check.
I have successfully stretched all the knuckles on my hands at this point, so I'm ready to play. And I unleash a barrage in a jaunty 5'8", questioning their mothers and their lineage and their sexual prowess, and it weakens their morale, is the intention.
All of them?
Yeah.
Is this a spell, or is this just like you just calling them out on their bullshit?
Well, kind of, but I'm definitely using vicious mockery.
Okay.
With the
That has
concertina.
one target, so which one would you like to?
Damn it. Who's needing to be most mocked?
I don't know. Well, the guy on the ground is the one that, or the guy who just got off the ground is the one that was talking shit in the first
And
place.
he's
so-
probably most worthy of mockery. I mean, look at
She
it,
just
got
punched his skull in.
Yeah.
Right.
And now he's running away like a little boy.
Oh, pumpkin.
I mean, reasonably.
Yeah, I say I just picked the centermost of whoever's still standing and least injured.
Okay. So he makes a save against your spellcasting modifier, which succeeds, I believe, because your modifier is 8 plus 2 plus your charisma modifier, which is
3, I believe.
3, so 13?
Yep.
Yeah, so he got a 15, so he resists it. He looks hurt. He looks slightly emotional, but not like he's gonna get through it, you know? He's heard that kind of stuff before. It's pretty common, actually. Like, it's been his life story, and he's just kind of numb to it. Yeah, so way to keep up his expectations of strangers.
Do it again.
His defenses emotionally are very strong. So at this point we can go off of initiative. There's no fighting happening. So what would you guys like to do?
I guess I'll restrap my great axe. Look at the bartender, hands up.
Yeah.
Hey!
I'll help
Right,
Ylka,
and he lowers his
or,
sword.
Yagra up.
He's got his eyes on you though, Scoot.
Come on, that was funny.
He shakes his head. There's like no trace of humor in his eyes.
It was a little funny. I spanked him.
He says, if you want to fight, get in there, and he points at the hole in the ground.
I lower my eyes and trudge away.
I walk over to stare down into the hole.
No.
I help Yagra up.
Oh, she appreciates it. She looks a little disappointed, like she wanted to kill the guy, but like instead the fight got diffused. She's like, thank you. I could have handled it myself, but you know, I appreciate that you're here.
Did you hear that, Scoot? She
But I wish you
appreciates
wouldn't have.
that
I
we're
wish you
here.
wouldn't have interfered.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's all right.
I
You're
appreciate
trying
your
to help.
berries.
You're trying to help.
Didn't want to have to bail you out of prison.
She says, I have my ways of getting out of prison.
Next time.
She gets up, dusts herself off. She's got bruises, black eye. Next time.
Next time I'll turn a blind eye.
She says, well, you know, just use your best judgment. Which I know is saying a lot, but and as she says that, the five goons make their way towards the door and open it, and suddenly you hear a screaming and a yelling at the door, and outside, roll perception, everyone.
Okay. Ooh. 19.
19. Nice.
I am entranced by your music and the new berry that Bonnie just brought me.
I rolled a 3, so I am just enamored with myself, and I'm writing a new verse. I don't see
Yeah.
shit.
You got +1. That's
So
a 4.
that's a 4.
Yeah.
I rolled
Holy
a.
smoke!
I'm still just thinking,
6.
like, you know, how do you rhyme bludgeon?
I rolled a 6, which puts me at a 10.
Nice. Okay.
So still pretty distracted.
So like Ylka's so proud of that insult that she dissed that she's just like, yeah, I'm gonna write that down. Yeah. Okay, so Scoot.
Yeah.
You were the first one to understand what's going on here. This is something that happens in the dock ward pretty frequently. So
Yeah.
this is it's like a drive-by basically. Like outside the tavern, there's a dray, which is this sort of 2-story cart that's used on like the main thoroughfares of the city, and out of it are pouring several people in black leather armor with swords and crossbows in their hands, and they're aiming them at the 5 goons in the doorway.
Uh-oh.
So
And
it's
saying-
by shooting.
Yeah, basically, it's like a freaking
God.
yeah. So they're all. But there's a name for it. Like when everybody pours out of a car at once and attacks something. It's not a drive-by shooting, but it's like a
Oh, I don't know.
Ambush?
A hit?
A fire.
hit, sort of. Yeah, in an ambush. But yeah, basically they're coming in here because they knew that these guys would be here, and they're coming in to kill them all. So
Okay.
you see this all go down. You understand what it is. 7 agents pour out of this vehicle.
Oh,
God.
God. Put that metal dice down.
And with their crossbows, immediately pincushion 2 of the 5 men that were leaving the yawning portal. And they get like knocked back into the bar, and there's screams, and everyone starts to freaking get away from the front door and pile towards the back of the bar in the upper levels, where it's safer, quotation marks, air quotes.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
So
I mean-
of our 5, 2 were just shot to death. There's 3 remaining.
Yeah, the bald guy and 2 of his buddies that are holding him up.
And the punching in of the skull that Yagra was doing did not actually kill anyone.
No, it brought him down low, like he's pretty beaten up looking. But he's
And
not
the
dead.
bludgeon with the flat of your axe also did not kill
That
anyone.
was a love tap. That wasn't the same guy. That was a different guy.
And so we didn't see the drive-by shooting thing happening, but we see the 2 guys fly back in the door full of crossbow bolts.
Well, not like, and now you see very clearly now the crowd's parting. What's going on?
I
Everyone's
got
trying to
it.
get away.
Okay.
There's 7 agents in black.
And would we know like who is this like a recognizable gang, or is this something like we know that there's been sort of gang warfare happening in the city, but is
Yeah, there's no markings on them. It's just they're wearing black leather armor.
okay.
I was
So-
just gonna ask if there's uniforms.
Yeah, like there's history.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess roll knowledge, roll intelligence.
Modifier is really 8.
8. Yeah, you know that there's gang violence going on, but you don't really know like the signs or like any of the tags and marks and stuff that would identify one of them. So
Okay.
yeah, nope, just some goons killing each other.
All right. Did the 3 guys get back in the tavern?
Yes, they're in the tavern.
So
now.
they're in the tavern. Is the drive-by continuing?
Yes,
I would love to rush up and close the door.
you get mixed into it.
I'm not on that side of the door. I want to be at the end. I just want to shut the door so that there's no one else out there, right? Everyone who is on the street is taken off.
Well, there might be somebody in the vehicle that they poured out of, but
Well,
So this way they can't escape.
they're all outside still. There's 7 guys.
Yes,
Oh.
I'm
They're
trying
like
to
fanned out
block.
around the doorway with their crossbows out.
I want to close the door so that they can't shoot in or come in.
My help action stays, or do I lose it because we came out of
I'm moving all the way across the
It
bar,
stays.
right?
Okay, so you still have my.
Okay.
Yeah, you can
Nice.
run over there and you
Yeah.
drink your good berry drink and you feel good about it.
Okay.
So roll strength with advantage to close the door.
Okay.
9 and a 12.
So that would be 15, unless you want to give me the, no, yeah, I already had advantage because of if I was still in rage or not. But yeah, 15.
Yep.
15 to get across the bar, and yeah.
Yeah, so you're able to close one of the doors. There's these 2 huge double doors, so
Okay.
you close one half of it, and that kind of funnels the guys that are outside into this narrow 5-foot wide doorway.
Yeah.
What would everybody else like to do? Let's go back in initiative order now, so now it would be Lark.
Okay. I am going to step somewhere. Is there a place alongside the door, or maybe behind a corner, or a table, or a pillar, or someplace that I
Plenty
can...
of places.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to just step someplace that's kind of out of view and wait.
Okay.
Near the door, but out of view. Yeah.
Zay.
I am stealthy. So I followed behind Scoot, and I am now hiding behind him. And I'm also going to have my action.
So everyone's ducking and covering. Ylka, you're standing on a bar stool right now.
I'm
That's
trying
what you
to get information. I'm watching Yagra because she knew it. She knew who these 3 guys were at least, and I'm hoping she can tell me something of who's attacking them.
She just looks kind of perplexed right now. She like her brows are really furrowed, and she looks like she doesn't understand why this is happening. She didn't expect this, but she runs up towards these people, makes like a sign with her hands that you see, and looks for like a response from these 7 people, but they just point their crossbows at her too, and one of them fires at her as well. So it misses. It goes into the crowd, and you hear a scream in the throng behind Ylka, or behind Yagra. So would you like to do anything, or just keep on watching? You can ready an action too if you want to just like make a conditional statement, like if they come in, then I do this, or something like that.
Would there be any sort of like bouncers or city guard anywhere near?
City guard might be outside somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to stay close to Zay and Lark then, so we're at least as a unit instead of spread out like this.
I'm with him.
Zay is
rather
with
than the other way
Scoot.
around. Zay is with Scoot.
Yep.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. We're all kind of around the door, so yeah, if you...
Yeah, and I'm gonna come join near the door.
Oh, you came to the door too? Mm-hmm. Oh. Okay, good.
We're a fire team.
Okay, and you're just like waiting by the door to see what happens?
Yeah.
And everyone's kind of hiding?
Yeah.
Okay, so Yagra's stunned that they just fired at her, and then these 7 people all funnel in one at a time through the door, past you, Scoot, if you'd like to do anything. They're moving towards Yagra.
Oh.
And the 3 people.
Oh.
Moving towards you.
They're fanning out into the bar.
Okay.
With their swords out. Got short swords.
Well, do I have time to yell something to the bartender?
Sure.
I say,
That's a free
weapons now?
Do you wait for his
And he's unhooking his greatsword again and walking up to join you, Scoot, actually, yeah.
So
And he just gives you a grim nod, nice steel in his eyes. He's got like mutton chops and they're like bristling outwards almost magically. And he's like ready to defend his turf.
do I have an idea that there's more than one person coming through?
Yes, you saw them all before you
I saw
closed
them
the first
before.
door.
Okay. And was it some crossbows, some no crossbows?
They all had crossbows and they all had swords as well. So they fired at their
So they all
crossbows
fired and then
instead
they
of
all
reloading.
charged in.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna wait until like the 3rd guy gets through, and he's the one I'm taking a swing at.
Okay.
And yeah, let's get that second rage right off of there.
All right.
I'm gonna need a good long sleep after this day is done.
Yep.
All right, so yeah, I'm gonna rage. I'm gonna go ahead and like the 3rd guy through. I'm gonna take a big old chop at with the real blade sharpie side of my great axe.
Yep. Roll with advantage because he doesn't know that you're there.
Thank God. Let's see. That's worse.
What'd you
11.
get? 11. 11 is enough to hit.
Oh, thank God.
Yep.
Holy shit. All right. That's how dramatic I get when I play D&D. Okay, so that's 1d12, and the rage gives me a bonus of 2. So, big money, no whammy, no whammy. 7.
7.
7 damage.
You
7
chunk into this guy's
slashing
torso.
damage.
Yeah, so you do the whole Aragorn waiting around the corner thing from Lord of the Rings. Swing in, hit the guy right in the torso.
Yeah.
Knocks him back into the guy behind him. And the four that are left, because 3 have gone in at this point, are all kind of stuck outside at this point. And the 2 that are inside move towards the 3 goons with the tattoos.
Okay.
He's not dead, though. He's just like holding his wound and growling at you menacingly.
Okay.
He's had worse.
Yeah, he has.
He spits at you and
Jerk.
gets blood on your shoe.
Oh, dick. All right. And was that reaction for an attack of opportunity? Or
Yes,
was that... Okay.
exactly. Yep. So now him and the guy behind him start attacking you.
Yeah, bring it.
Scoot. Does a 14 hit?
Yes.
Then you will take 5 damage, halved because you're raging.
Yes.
So 2 damage?
Does it go up or down?
I think it goes down.
Okay,
Damage.
I'll believe you.
Yeah.
Got it.
So what happens is you're parrying the attacks from the one guy in front, but then the guy behind him is able to sneak a stab in. And
I barely feel it.
barely fucking feel it.
Barely. Whoa, the language.
Yeah, it's serious shit. That was me too.
My sister's listening to this.
She is. Hi, Julia. Next is Lark.
All right, I am going to sneak attack the guy who is who is just kind of sneak attacking Scoot.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe because he's engaged there, that allows me to do sneak attack. So I'm going to hit him with a rapier.
Schwink.
Yeah, you are.
That's a big hit.
Plus dex, so 15.
Yep.
All right, so that's 1d8 plus 3, so 8 plus an additional 6, so 9.
9. So his hands are already full.
Full of half elk.
Dueling with Scoot, and he isn't able to even react to your attack, and you run him through, and he crumbles to the ground. You get him right in the heart,
Nice.
and you're to blame.
I turn and look. I said, I loosened it for you.
Yeah. Grim. Zay, you're up.
I would like to use my quarterstaff to trip the person in front. What do I need to do that?
You just make an attack roll, first of all, to see if you hit them.
Okay. Yeah, so I run up and I throw my quarterstaff down in front of him. I am nimble, so there is no presumably attack of opportunity.
19. Once you moved it.
Zay uses little halfling dice. They're hard to read.
They are very tiny.
But they're cute. 9 hopefully not my plus my dexterity. No, it's an attack roll.
Yeah, no, for your quarterstaff. So that would be an 8.
Yes.
Or what would be a 9? Because you get +1 in your attack rolls, right? Because it's 2 for your proficiency and then -1 for your strength modifier. So it's a +1.
Oh, okay.
Overall.
Oh, yeah.
So a 10 does not hit, sadly.
Okay.
So you take a swipe, but your reach isn't quite long enough. The guy just steps over your swipe
Oh, man.
quite nimbly.
I was yelling, I'm going to trip you now! As I approached him.
He's like, okay.
I love Zay's strategy.
Ylka.
I'm by the door. I'm gonna crouch down and use my rapier. I am hoping to take out the one in front of me at the hamstring.
So you duck down and slick.
Yeah.
Roll it.
See, that's why I don't use that dice anymore.
Yeah.
Roll with advantage because this is the one that's fighting Scoot also. So you're actually at this point you're both fighting the same guy. It's not really much better.
So she got a 6, but when I rolled it over to her, it was a 20. So I think the 20 should count.
Well, I mean that's an alternate universe version of what's happening. Sadly, in this one.
Yeah, and I'm,
That's the other podcast.
Yeah.
even with adding dex to that, that'd make it probably not
8
effective.
or 9. Yeah. Yeah, so no, he's able to take a step back. He's got more room outside the door to maneuver than you do trying to stab me in the doorway. So at this point, the bartender runs up surprisingly fast towards one of the 3 guys that's moving towards the goons, swings his greatsword, hits, and crushes one of the bandits to the ground, just slashes diagonally and gets blood everywhere and scowls at the blood.
Excellent.
And the mess that he has
Because
wrought.
he's got to clean that.
Yeah.
Poor Bonnie.
Yeah, and Bonnie in the distance is just like face palming. This is my job. The 3 goons, they drop the middle guy. He kind of like thunks on the ground. He's all beat up still from Yagra, and he's like, "Oh fuck, guys, come on!" And then the 2 guys draw daggers from under their boots and attack the 2 remaining black leather-clad attackers. One of them hits and does 4 damage. He stabs the guy in the heart, but it's not a very big dagger, so it doesn't kill him. He just kind of starts bleeding.
Oh, level 1 damage.
The stakes are high, folks. Tune in next week for the other 4 damage.
4 damage is like a quarter of your health.
Yeah. Scoot.
Yeah.
Well, wait, hang on. Bandits at this point, I forgot to mention those guys. So these 2 dudes
Think
in
about
black
the life
leather
choices.
attack the tattooed folks. So there's black leathers and there's tattoos. These are kind of the 2 groups, right?
Okay.
So the black leathers attack the tattoos. Hit and hit.
It's like the Jets and the Sharks.
Yep.
It's a theme.
And they together kill one of the tattoo guys.
Okay.
So now there's just the one tattoo dude and his beat up friend behind him, and they're looking very worried. Yagra gets up and alongside Scoot and Ylka attacks the guys in the doorway with her fists. She's raging at this point also, and she just clocks one of them. The next guy after the one that you killed. Right in the face, 5 damage, dislocates his jaw.
Technically,
He's like, I wish I had better armor. But he says it like a broken jaw.
But I've said it like that so many times, I know exactly what he said.
Yeah. Helmets, always forget helmets. Scoot.
Okay, sit rep. How many we got kicking around here now?
There are 3 outside the bar, there are 2 inside the bar, and then there's the 1 goon who's standing and the one goon who's on his butt behind him.
I'll go for one inside the bar. Whichever one's nearest the door, I will move over there and...
Okay, so you're going to join the barkeep, fighting the guys that are inside the bar.
No, I'll rush out.
Okay.
I'll lead the charge. Let's do it. So 3 guys outside, they all look basically the same? Any differences in them? Anybody seem like a bigger target than the others?
No, they're all human. They're all wearing masks. They're all kind of Yakuza style.
I'm going to change that for them. All right. I will run out and take an edge. I'll say go to the one on the left.
Okay.
And
roll it.
Yep. Let's go. Great axe. Be good to me. That's 13.
Works.
Yay. Level 1 armor classes. So 1d12 plus 2. 14.
How would you like to kill this person?
This is... Yeah, I'm thinking a short handle slash, right diagonal chest.
That's the same way that the bartender killed the guy.
We're best friends!
Hey, wait a minute.
And it makes the exact same blood pattern on the ground.
Yeah, it's on the ground.
At
amazing.
least it's outside this time.
Yeah.
They're like twin
Yes.
bloodstains.
Exactly.
In the yawning portal. Almost like there's a twin
Oh, good lord.
portal.
Jesus.
Okay, I'll stop.
Really push it. So yes. Yeah. And then I just... Right. I laugh and I...
Is that... Oh, so murder to you is just like a nonchalant thing.
This time, because I've been attacked.
Okay.
There's two black plaids in the
bar. No.
Okay.
And 2 without.
And two outside.
Correct.
And the 2 that are inside are how far from me?
About 30 feet.
Okay. And they're engaged with the barkeep.
One of them is engaged with the barkeep. The other one is attacking the tattoos. The one tattoo that's still standing.
Okay. Then I am going to. We're at the door, so I'm maybe 10 feet from the door-ish.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to step outside with Scoot and try to do another sneak attack for whoever is nearby. They just have to be within 5 feet of him.
Right.
To work. Okay.
Okay, go for it. Very stealthy.
I rolled a 4, so even with my modifiers, I'm not sure.
So like all stealthy, like you shimmy out there, like the Rat Man himself, almost as if you are the knight. And you make your way out there, and you stab with all your might, but the guy's like 5 feet away. Like you were so excited to do it that you weren't actually looking where you were going.
It feels right.
Yeah. And then you turn around and you're like, oh. Whoops.
Take this!
Yeah.
Oh, God, over there.
You stabbed where that guy was a second ago.
Yeah. Zay.
Okay. I am gonna approach the door and look out. I want to look at the vehicle that they arrived in.
Mm-hmm.
Could you describe it to me?
Yes, it's a dray. It's like a 15-foot high kind of cart that's like longer, like a limo cart sort of, but with 2 stories.
Okay. Is it
got-
drawn by horses?
It is drawn by horses, yes.
Okay.
They're 4
I'm going to use my druid craft to make the sound of a llama, which is apparently something that horses are afraid of. And I want
know this.
to...
Question, is this what you were Googling?
Is what I was going to
Wait a minute.
Sounds horses are afraid of.
Zay is there with her phone out, like,
It was relevant. It was related.
thinking my
I was like,
amnesia
this is
knows this.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
amnesia
totally.
does know this about horses.
Totally.
This is some real Breath of the Wild stuff. She's got this
It is.
mystical tablet from another world that she came from.
They didn't know I was on my phone. So anyway, sound of a llama. To attempt to scare the horses and make the dray
The dray.
leave, so they cannot escape now by going back into that, and neither can the person come out and help them.
Make an intimidation roll on the horses.
And also the sound of the llama.
Is this llama?
And performance, yes.
Llama bleating?
Llama bleeding. Yes.
Are you going to make that sound for
I'm
us?
really
Yeah, we
curious
have to
what
hear
the
that.
Oh, that would probably give
This
you
is the quality
advantage.
content, yeah.
There's a
Or
penalty
like,
on this roll.
probably more like.
If I was a horse, I'd be scared.
This is the inspiration die. It's pink. And you can use it whenever you want to. You can use it anytime you want to. Any freaking time you ever feel like using it to get advantage on a roll and re-roll a die.
I
You can just save it. Save it for the time
just
you
hold
want.
on to it.
Okay.
Keep it close to your heart.
All right. So now
You can wait and see the result.
I'm
and then
rolling
decide,
intimidation.
Right. Oh, yes, but use
So
your
plus
wisdom
2.
modifier because you're using magic. You're not.
Oh, right. Thank
Plus
you.
2.
It's the same, but 10.
Okay. 3 of these horses are smart enough to know that there's no actual llama coming, and they're fine.
Did they just look?
Well, the one in the middle actually looks at the 2 next to him. And he's like, "Guys, don't worry, it's all right." But in horse, you can tell as a druid that that's what's going on.
that is
He's
what-
like
yeah,
being all alpha
yeah.
about it. But the one on the far side that's not next to him is like, "Oh my god, guys, there's a llama!" And he takes off and does not manage to break out of his tether to the dray, but he yanks the cart and it kind of like starts careening sideways across the street.
Yes.
As the other 3 horses are kind of dragged along, tugging against it. But this horse is panicked.
That's
Its
beautiful.
eyes are seeing red. So,
Llamas are scary.
yes, and at that point, the two that are still outside kind of whirl around like, shit, our getaway is leaving. And they're kind of lost at this point as to what to do.
Oh.
Okay.
I mean, since the dray's already a little off balance, I'd like to use minor illusion in attempt to convince the horses that it's now on fire.
Okay. Are you in the bar though? Like, can you see it?
I'm by the door.
Oh, you went by the door. That's right. Okay. So yeah. So roll intimidation or performance for you actually probably.
Roll performance.
Yeah.
God damn it!
You gotta get your own dice. My dice are cursed.
So that's a
4.
6 with your.
That's now a
performance.
6.
Well, it would be an 8 because you have 2 plus your proficiency.
That's an 8.
But an 8. But so that's minor illusion.
Yeah.
So like you're like fire, and then like poof, like a little like torch-sized flame appears on top of the cart, and the horses aren't even paying attention to it. Yeah.
Does
It
anybody?
illuminates the cart slightly, and some people on the street are like, "Oh, look, a cart that's going off course." But that's about it.
I like this circus. This is fun.
And there's a kind of commotion outside now too. People are starting to realize, like, as this cart is veering off, that there's like stuff going down. And there's like violence at the doorway, and you see people like flocking away from the tavern to get the watch, presumably, and they're calling for help on the street at this point. So the tattoo dude who's left, and the black-clad dude who's left. There's 2 of them that are left inside.
Inside
correct?
there. Yeah, I think so.
Thank you. Are duking it out, and the 2 black-clad dudes are able to easily overpower the one tattoo guy. The one who's on his butt, the guy who's fighting with Yagra, is terrified at this point. He's all alone. He sees his 2 friends in front of him get cut down by these black-clad guys who are coming for him, and he starts to retreat towards the portal, the hole in the ground in the center of the pub. And anybody who's watching him, which would be you potentially, Ylka, you're the only one that's inside still. You would see him drink a little potion that he pulls out of his side pocket, and then he rolls himself over the railing of the well and falls into it
Oh no!
to get away, like he's trying to scramble away, and that's his.
That's not how you
recourse.
do it.
So he disappears down the yawning portal. The 2 that are outside, one of them reloads his crossbow, takes a shot at you, Scoot. Hits with a 16.
Yeah.
You take 4 damage.
2.
So 2 damage with your raging. You're still raging. And then they both move to the dray and grab onto the outside of it. And they're like, "Go! Get out of here! Go!" They're ditching their guys that are inside.
But don't they have? Isn't it like facing a building right now?
No, it's just kind of diagonal across the
Oh,
street.
gotcha.
There's,
Okay.
there's presumably somebody else inside who's also trying to steer it.
Gotcha.
So that's what's happening. Scoot. Oh, the bartender. Sorry, the bartender.
Yeah.
Takes a swing at one of the 2 black-clad guys that just killed the last tattoo dude. Hits him. And kills him too. Swing, swing. He's taken 2 swings and killed 2 dudes. That's how he rolls at the
Holy
Yawning
cow.
portal. Yep.
That's intense.
Do not.
I mean, reasonable, especially if you're on the ground floor. You need to be pretty badass.
Yep. Yep. And you actually, Lark, you would know that the barkeep of the Yawning Portal has lived there for hundreds of years. Like it's like his essence is this bar. He's attached to it, and he is pretty notorious as a fighter. You know, he protects his turf. So
Got it.
yep, his name's Durnan.
Durnan.
Durnan, the barkeeper and owner of the Yawning Portal.
You hear 4 people getting out pens and paper.
Scratch.
Durnan?
Durnan.
Durnan.
Danon.
Yeah, Durnan. So Scoot,
Yeah.
there you are outside. There's a cart careening away with 2 dudes holding onto it.
Did they get away yet, or are they?
No, they're like 30 feet away. Hasn't really taken off yet. The horses aren't quite cooperating with the
Are
person
the
steering it.
wheels made of wood?
And metal, not
And-
just wood.
Okay, what? Like,
It's such a big thing that they're braced with metal, otherwise they might collapse under the weight of the dray.
yeah.
So,
Okay. And it's 30 feet away?
Yep.
I'm going to run up and I'm going to swing my great axe into the spokes of the wheel. I'm trying to damage one of the wheels.
if you're not letting them get away, you're like,
Yes. There's
no, we finished this here.
Yeah, I don't like running.
Okay.
So this is about as far as I want to go. So basically my intent is I want to attack one of the wheels so that they can't get away.
Okay, roll it.
All right. 10 plus, what do you want? The great axe would be plus 5. So 15.
So you swing at one of the wheels and like you do like the clang, like it's steel. You know, your hand hits it, and the reverberation of your blow is so strong that you almost drop your axe, but it does not break the steel that's holding the wheel in place. It's made of stronger stuff, maybe even than your axe.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
So that's where you're at then.
Okay.
You want to say anything or do anything, or just take a swing and be angry about it?
Yeah, I'll yell, I broke your wheel, you better get out.
Okay. Lark, what would you like to do?
Scoot, get back here! And I run back inside the Yawning Portal to check out the
at this
state
point,
of
all the
things.
villains are dead except for one black-clad dude who's squaring off with the bartender.
Okay, and is he close enough that I can get to him in a single turn, or do I need to use my turn to get over there?
If you were outside, you need to use your whole turn to get to him.
Alright, I will
Oh,
head
you
in
don't have
that
bonus
direction.
action dash yet.
What was that?
I'll head in that direction.
Okay. So you'll move up right next to the bartender.
Yeah, in a
Dagger,
sneaky way, rapier out.
rapier out. Okay, so you're both threatening this dude. Zay.
Okay, so I did my last action from the doorway. So if I turn around and I see there is only one guy left, I want to jump on his back and choke him until he passes out.
Yeah.
Is that...
That'd be a grapple
What should
roll.
I...
Oh,
Okay.
it's supposed to be
You move to him, and then you make a strength check.
Strength athletics?
Strength athletics, which is your
Oh,
strong
I was
suit.
hoping for acrobatics somehow, but no, that doesn't make sense. Okay,
Nope.
well, this is... Hopefully I don't miss and fall in the yawning portal.
Oh, God, this kid. 13, you got this.
Hey,
You got this.
12.
12. So he rolled a 18. So you run, your momentum, you leap. It's amazing. You get like 6 feet in the air. It's beautiful. You're like Michael Jordan. But he just like, grabs you, and your momentum takes you forward. He just like flings you off into the distance, and you fly like 10 feet and roll on the ground. You don't get hurt, but
Okay, because
Oh, God, I
I'm...
wish I would have seen that.
it's pretty smooth
So
actually. Like, the
nimble.
momentum keeps you moving forward, so you don't really get hurt. You know, you just kind of skip off the ground a couple times and then settle.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
But everyone's impressed. Like the crowd, they're all like, "Ooh."
The one's looking down over the balcony.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep, exactly. They're all like cheering for you and taking bets.
Well, as long as Bonnie wants to buy me a drink later.
Right.
That's all it comes down to.
Ylka.
So homeboy just jumped down the portal,
Yep.
but half my crew is outside.
At this point,
It's just me, I think.
Zay is inside. Yep, everyone's inside except for Scoot.
I want to convince them that we need to follow down the portal.
Convince everyone. What do you?
These two
what
at
do you
least.
say?
I'm going to describe exactly what I saw, that this person snuck a little vial out of their belt and drank it, and it imbued them with something, and then they dove down the portal, and clearly we need to follow them and find out exactly what's going on.
Can we respond if we're in combat?
Yes,
still?
yes. You can. Talking is free.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems. Ylka, you're tops in my book, but that seems crazy. The Undermountain? That's like seasoned adventurers die down there. I'm too young to die.
I'm too cute to die.
I don't know. Let's talk. I think we should talk.
We should talk it over. I think.
I don't know.
Yeah, or we can try to convince Durnan not to kill this black masked man,
And as
so
you
we
say
can
that,
interrogate him.
Durnan whirls his greatsword over his head, and in one third strike cleaves the third black-clad man in half.
That's what I thought.
He stands over his body, shaking his head silently, with a huge scowl on his face. He has no taste for this.
Okay.
And the whole crowd kind of goes, like this chilled hush settles in the room momentarily.
Well, clearly,
There's a
Everyone's watching you.
the only further information we have disappeared down this portal. We have to follow them.
Yager kind of tilts her head and looks at you. And Durnan looks at you and says, 20 gold for entry.
Durnan, that's my boy.
Well,
We don't make exceptions.
So,
Durnan,
I get the feeling we're not supposed to go down the yawning portal, and some of these bad guys are supposed to get away. You can cut that.
So you're like approaching the portal.
Yeah.
You're like, let's freaking do this.
yeah. So Durnan says it's going to cost 20 gold to go down the portal, but he has been robbed. This man who drank the potion leapt down the portal already and offered Durnan no gold in exchange.
Oh,
That's a pretty good point.
That's a good point. We would basically be saving him money by going down. All four of us for free.
I wish I was in there. So it makes perfect sense
The
to
crowd
me.
is kind of percolating back down to the main level. Music's playing again at this point. And people are starting to order drinks. Bonnie's just like shaken. She doesn't know what to do. But like the usual patrons are all like, yeah, this kind of shit happens all the time. It is a little weird, like the Yawning Portal is usually safe from gang violence, like bar fights happen all the time, but like this kind of bloodiness is out of character for this part of the town.
Big level.
Bonnie's got a lot of scrubbing to do.
Yeah. So as you're kind of eyeing up the Yawning Portal, suddenly from the upper levels, this man comes running down the stairs, huffing, and he runs up to you.
Hi,
Scoot.
Am I still outside? Is this all this taking place after I've...
This is all taking place in about 15 seconds.
Okay, just
so
checking.
what would you like to do while you're outside? Let's clear that up first.
Did they still take off?
Yeah, they're rolling forward at this point, and actually...
Oh, then I guess, yeah. Then
Yeah, so they're moving faster than you are down the street.
Oh, yeah, I just went for that 30 feet, took that swing, see if I could talk them out of it, and if they didn't, then I'm just going back to the bar.
Yeah, so the guy steering the dray got control of his horse again, and they took off.
Okay, yeah, go on. It's like,
Yep.
damn it, and then I leave. Go
Yep.
back into the bar, see what's up.
Okay. And then this is what you see, this man down the stairs. He's got a huge mustache, like 8 inches each direction. A big fancy hat. And he's grinning really big at you, and he strokes his mustache and adjusts his hat as he gets down. He tightens his scarf, and he says, "Hello!" Just the levels on that one. Volathab Gadam, chronicler, wizard, he bows, and celebrity at your service. I trust you've noted the violence in our fair city, and he looks at the blood that's all over the floor as he says that. These past 10 days, I haven't seen so much blood since my last visit to Baldur's Gate. He kind of gives you a look. He continues. He says, yes, well, but you see, I fear I may have misplaced a friend in all of this odious malevolence, and perchance you seem like the capable sort. Would you be so kind as to help a poor humble celebrity such as myself?
Would we know this guy?
Roll knowledge, my friend. Yes, with a 13 plus intelligence. 16?
Yep.
Yeah, 16. Yeah. Volatham Kadarm is notorious in Waterdeep. He is sort of like the not the name that comes to mind is Bear Grylls, but that's super inappropriate because he's like the opposite of Bear Grylls. Like he's this kind of foppish know-it-all who's has a good reputation, but also a bad reputation in the sense that he kind of like talks out of his ass all the time.
Got it.
Gilderoy Lockhart.
Gilderoy, sort of like Gilderoy Lockhart, yes.
Oh, yeah.
But not as selfish. He does things for people, and he writes books. He's famous for his books. His most famous book is
books.
yes.
As
actually
opposed to
Right, exactly. Yeah. So his most famous book is Volo's Guide to Monsters, which was published a couple of years ago. Huge hit. Like you see it in bookshops all over the place. It's sort of this tell-all about like crazy monsters in the Sword Coast region.
And so his name one more time is
Volothamp Gadarm. Volothamp Ignatius Gadarm, he tells you.
That's definitely what I wrote down. Yeah.
But he goes by Volo.
Gadarm.
And he, from his pocket, he pulls out a small bag and he says, I wonder if I may, as long as I have your attention, purchase some assistance.
Oh my God!
He's grinning really big.
You're Volothamp Gadarm. I've got your book.
You do?
I do.
That's amazing.
I have it in my pack. Can I get your autograph?
Oh, yes, absolutely. You just saved all of us. I mean, I'd be happy to, right? And he smiles and waves at everyone. Patrons are kind of like, oh,
Guys, look, it's Volo. It's Volo.
They're like,
I get into the bar right about the time where you're screaming about that. Vol, get your autograph, things like that. I'm like, what is going on?
Dernan rolls his eyes and goes back to the bar to get a mop. He's like, Bonnie. But some people are like, oh, yeah, Volo, yeah, he comes here all the time.
Who's Volo?
Volo's Guide to Monsters? Are you serious?
Perhaps there's a song about it.
Empty stare.
Not a song that you would know, but yes. This book was published recently, so you wouldn't, yeah.
Not the old songs.
Does he have any books on cartography? Seafaring?
Are you asking him this?
No, I'm asking. I don't even know who he is. I'm not even. I just see a
walk
dude
up-
with a big mustache, and all I hear is Lark yelling about Volo. It's like, who? Who's Volo?
He does. Several of his books do involve his sea travels.
Really?
Yes.
Neat.
Yeah.
Where can I get those?
I
And who can read them to me?
At any major bookseller, the Writers Guild and the Cartographers Guild both carry copies of my works.
Excuse me, sir. I'm having a conversation with my friend.
This is Volo right here. This is him. And
This is me.
He wants to hire us.
Cool. Yeah, let's do it.
Hey Bonnie,
Anything.
can we get some more of that berry stuff? We're gonna be in this booth over here.
Bonnie's got a mop and she's
Mr.
cleaning blood at this
Volo.
point.
Yeah,
When
Mr.
you're
Volo's
ready.
buying us around. Here, come sit down.
Neat.
Oh my God.
Wow.
He's like, great, come over here. You two?
Ylka,
Yes.
Ylka and Volo in the same booth, and I'm here. Oh my God.
Volo, in your travels, you must have learned at least one song, perhaps a sea shanty that you could share with us.
Oh, now I'm listening.
Oh, well, I'll be honest, I haven't been in a singing mood for the last couple of days.
Because your friend.
Yes. And as you say that, his eyes start to water, and he starts to cry physically.
Oh, Mr. Volo.
As you mention his friend, he's like, yes, my poor friend. Poor Floon.
Floon. Rhymes with
I can't...
June.
What happened to your friend
Rhymes with
Floon, Mr.
Scoot.
Volo?
Well, you would love him if you met him. He's got more beauty than brains, I'm afraid. Well, yeah, I worry he took a bad way home a couple days ago and may have been kidnapped.
Or worse.
A bad way.
Oh God.
Bad way home from where?
Well, let me tell you.
Sounds
well,
pages turning.
And as he's trying to remember, I pull out this map that I have of Faerun, of Waterdeep in particular.
It's like the whole world.
But it's like
Waterdeep.
it's fairly outdated. Like it's maybe older than would be accurate, but probably not that much has changed. So maybe it's like I had it in amongst my bags when I arrived in the city of the dead.
And the map still, the dock word hasn't changed very much, and that's where he points to. He points to a street near the water itself, a building named the Skewered Dragon. So named because a dragon was impaled near this very building 4 years ago.
4 years.
Yep.
And that was during the Dragon Wars
exactly.
that I've heard tell of.
Exactly. Volo says, yes, Floon and I, we're having a night on the town. We're very good friends. Oh, good Floon. He's such a kind person, such a good man to hit the town with. But I worry we may have had too much to drink. And I left before Floon did. I went home. I was working on my next book, you see, and I had writer's block. And I was hoping that by hitting the town and experiencing the sights, we could find inspiration among the clientele of Waterdeep.
Of course.
Yes, you know how it is. The city is beautiful, especially at night in the fall. I love it. But I left early, and I haven't seen Floon since. And, you know, with the violence in town, and he looks around and indicates the blood everywhere. He says, you know, I worry that the dock ward may not be such a safe place and maybe something could have happened to him.
Did Floon have any enemies?
I don't think so. He was such a kind man. I mean, he actually had many friends. You know, he got around social circles. I don't see why anybody would ever want to hurt poor Floon. He says, if you would agree to track him down with all due haste, I can offer you 10 gold pieces each now, and more when you return. And may I prevail upon you in my hour of need. And he breaks down into his cup and
Mr.
he grabs like whatever drink the remains of of Zay's drink that's at the table and just drinks it without asking and slams it back down.
I pat him on the shoulder.
Oh, thank you.
I stand next to him and pat him on the shoulder.
Thank you.
Well, my friends, if this man will pay us 10 gold now and perhaps 10 gold later, that will each attain us the 20 gold to go down the portal.
Or I could get my own place.
Yeah! Not 10 gold. I would give you each 100 gold pieces if you find Floon.
You're a terrible negotiator.
Or an excellent.
What price do you put on friendship, really, though?
I had one once.
Do you have any sort of portraiture of said Floon? Can you describe him to us?
Yes. Floon is a gorgeous man, 6 feet tall, with long red hair. Talk amongst yourselves.
I'm picturing the Little Mermaid. I mean,
summon.
Yeah, sort of
beautiful
like Prince
and
Eric.
long red hair.
Well, like
6 feet
Ariel,
tall.
like Ariel's hair,
Yeah.
but on Prince Eric's body, basically. Yes.
Stunning.
I can't believe that's not just in the book.
Stunning.
Written like that.
Yeah, Volo says. I remember now. He was dressed in princely garb. He's a younger man in his early 30s, with wavy red blonde hair.
Is he human?
Yes, he is. We were drinking and merrymaking at the Skewered Dragon. It's a very dark and bawdy place, the dock ward. I love it. I would recommend that you start your search there.
Okay.
All right.
I'm excited. Let's mark it off on my map. Do you see on my map I've been putting little dots on every place that I've been.
Mm-hmm. And he puts a little dot where it is.
So, on this late October evening,
Marpanoff.
Marpanoff, excuse me, this late Marpanoff evening, what is this an adventure we should follow through on this evening, or should I retire to Ylka's chambers?
Are you asking Volo? Volo says, please hurry.
All right.
Something could happen to him at any moment. I mean, he might be starving in a ditch somewhere. He might be tortured or
For
worse.
days.
Mr.
Yeah.
Bolo, we won't let you down.
We
Thank
won't.
you.
Let's
Thank you.
let's hail one of those.
What were your names again? Just out of curiosity.
My name is
I'll
Lark.
write stories
My name
about
is
my
Lark. I'm
friends.
a huge fan of yours.
Wonderful. Nice to meet you, Lark.
Nice to
Holds
meet
his
you,
hand
Mr.
out.
Bolo.
Yes.
I'm never going to wash my hand again.
Yeah, they call me Zay.
Zay. I'll call you Zay.
Excellent.
As
Now we're
well.
best friends. Oh, Mr. Volo.
Mr. Bolo, this is my friend Scoot.
Hello, Scoot.
All right. 10 gold, you said?
Yes, and
Yeah.
100 later.
Okay.
He's
I know
also
you're
my
a
friend.
type. I'm happy to pay.
Excellent.
And this is the incredible Ylka. Perhaps you have heard.
Incredible
Yeah,
Ylka?
yeah. Perhaps
What
you've heard
information?
her
I
song.
sing. I write songs. I play the concertina.
Did you hear her earlier?
Yes, were you the one playing that melody about Rowan Crooks
That's my favorite.
Rowan Crooks.
and
Lost
his jolly
at sea,
gents?
but then returned.
I love that story. Well played, and thank you for your offer of service.
Will you be joining us?
Oh, no. I see, this is why I'm looking for help, because I am not the swashbuckling type, so to speak. I'm a writer, I'm an explorer, but I'm not a fighter.
Then we will do our best to relay the epic tale that you might take it down into your novel someday.
Wonderful. I'll begin work on my next chapter immediately.
Where can we find you once we have found
He says, I'm here most nights.
at the yawning portal?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
When you're not at the skewered dragon.
Well, you know writer's block. It's quite a bitch, so to speak. So,
Jot
yes.
that down.
Yes. I come here for inspiration.
Actually, I've never met
Dice.
writer's block. But if you say she's a bitch, I'll believe you.
Yes. Very well. Thank you. And he gives profuse bows and curtsies and waves his hand at you, and then waves not Bonnie but another waiter over for more drinks and continues sipping. So at this point, Volo's getting into his cups. He's very teary and very huggy. And he's really putting his hopes on you guys. It sounds very genuine.
So when I get to the skewered dragon, Volo, what do you recommend that I try?
What? Fine flu? What do you mean? You're going to be drinking?
Well, I mean, they
no.
probably have some...
I gave you that money to find it, not to spend it all. I mean, do it. I don't know. Give me another drink.
You're a very passionate, deep-feeling friend. I feel inspired to write about you immediately.
That's so beautiful. I spend my nights drinking. I'm trying to be a writer, but here I am. I'm not writing right now.
Well, let's leave you alone so that you can write. To the skewered dragon.
To the skewered dragon.
Onward.
Should we walk or catch a taxi-like vehicle?
A dray?
Well, that seems pretty fancy for our needs.
I tried to get one, but it wouldn't stop.
How far is this journey if we take it on foot?
A couple hours. That's
Couple
how
hours.
directly you go. Like to find it. You don't know exactly where it is, so like walk around. I would hazard a guess, like an hour or two.
Well, we all just were given 10 pieces of gold. We could probably...
Uber it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there
The
a
local
Waterdeep Uber?
Well,
Do they function with Lyft?
Bonnie scowls at you as you're walking away, and she's cleaning up your mess. And she's like, "Fine, here," and she gives you this little stone and flips it open, and it's like a sending stone. And she presses a button on it, and she's like, "This is for the drunks, but I'll use it for you too." And yeah, so she Ubers, but it's called a Zuber. It's not a. It's the service. It's run by the Zuber family. They're halflings, and they're very enterprising.
Woohoo!
They're gonna be a quest. They're gonna be a quest giver by about episode 4.
Yeah, yeah. An open top cart pulls up after about 10 minutes.
They got water bottles in there and places to.
Driven by a halfling. He's got like a little, not a halfling, a half elf, and he's got like a little bowl
Oh,
of mints
he's a half-elf.
in front of the seat, and he's like, "Where am I
Okay, so
taking
does
you?"
this half-elf work for the halflings?
Well, I think they're
yeah.
contractors.
Right,
They're independent contractors.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to unionize either.
That's right.
Right.
I'll make awkward conversation with the halfling driver of the Zuber until we get to the
Absolutely, absolutely.
until we get to the
You have
Alright.
experience.
Yeah.
with
And he's
this.
like,
Are you in? You're in the
he's like,
front
"You're going
seat.
to the docks,
in the back?
ward, huh?"
Yeah, I got stuck in the front seat.
Yeah.
Docks ward. Now many people trying to go to the docks ward these days. You know, times being how they are. You know, it's a pretty dangerous place. But I'm willing to take you there. I don't expect any extra tip. I will just take you right to the heart of it.
Thank
No
you.
questions asked.
We'll
I see
make
you.
sure you get a nice rating.
Well, is
Thank you.
the skewered dragon in the heart of the district?
It's right in the
much,
middle, right
yeah.
by the water. You gotta get all the way up in there.
All right. To the heart.
Clop, 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 clop. Wipe scene. Transition to the streets of the dock ward. It's now the sun has just set. It's passed from early evening into late evening. There's still enough light from the lowering sun to see on the streets. And as you're clip-clopping through the streets, you turn a corner and find yourselves on a street that has been cordoned off by the city watch. There's a barricade going across the street, and the half-elf kind of curses under his breath. He's like, "Shit, I don't know. Okay, I guess I gotta turn around." And as he's turning around, you see on the cobblestones there are half dozen corpses behind the barricade, seemingly the victims of some kind of skirmish, similar to the one that you just left. There's watch officers that have disarmed and arrested 3 people that are on their knees on the ground against the wall. They're all in black armor.
Black leather armor?
Black leather armor. And
And can we tell what the corpses are wearing or festooned with?
roll perception.
Just bust out a D12.
I did, my
Yeah.
tiny die. I can't tell the difference.
Oh.
Holy crap!
Roll the D12 instead. That's a 2. Plus 6. Plus 4.
So it's too dark, and it's a narrow alley, so there's already like very little light coming from the sun,
Okay.
and it's too dark to see what these corpses are. But you do see in the flash of the light of your cart, because it's got a little lantern hanging off the edge of it, as you're turning around, the light flashes in the eyes of one of the guys that's kneeling on the street. He looks at you, and he's got this cold, kind of murderous gaze. He just glares at you as you turn around.
He sees me? Oh,
Yes.
creepy. I wave. Bye-bye.
He doesn't respond,
Rockin' that.
and one of the guards says, "Get on, nothing to see here."
Okay.
Did the Zuber have to turn around and head back, or we can go?
He turned around, and then he's finding another. He's rerouting.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So this was just on the way.
Recalculating.
Recalculating.
The Adventures of Fantasy Uber. So as you pass through the streets, tall, densely packed tenements leave most of the neighborhood in shadows. Most of the street lamps have their glass smashed, and the candles are stolen. The smell of salty air and poop lingers as you pass by rows and rows of rundown buildings.
And this is where you like to hang out?
Yeah,
Scoot?
it's fun.
So is it usually this dim?
It's night.
Well, do people usually steal all the candles? How big is the city budget for candles?
I'm not on the economy board.
I don't really expect you to know the answer to that. But if they need to replace candles a lot, or like, is it typical, or are people trying to make this even worse right now? The dock board.
Can you not see right now? Everything looks great to me.
Oh, I can't see as well as you can. No.
Who has dark vision in the group? Scoot does.
I think this is great.
That's it.
Oh crap!
So you're gonna be in front, Scott.
Yeah, neat.
The one good thing about the dock ward is you can get the best kippered herring and fish and chips down here.
Well, that sounds fantastic.
And candles.
I like fish and chips.
And it's cheap.
I think
Cheap fish.
Cheap fish and chips. Cheap rent.
Battered bread.
money is no expense. I just got this half moon looking thing. A couple of them.
Yeah. So the half elf driver takes you down a new alleyway. It's like, I don't usually go this way, so bear with me.
So, but is it mysterious that it's darker? Is it darker? Are the lamplights usually out? Is this a typical thing, or is someone maybe planning something?
You don't know.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, because you've never been here.
Right.
Is this place normally so run down that there wouldn't normally be candles in the lanterns? Or is that a new development?
That is what I inarticulate.
those who have been
You
here
would know,
before.
Ylka?
Yeah. Because I can dine for fish and chips, apparently.
You do?
Yeah.
In the last couple weeks.
I mean, I'm a traveling bard who plays in taverns.
Yeah.
A la Billy Joel.
Right.
And probably tried a couple.
This is how it's been for the last couple of weeks. And Scoot, you would know that in the dock sport, it's kind of like making yourself a target to even like hang a light these days. There's just so much crime, and it's like the city watch are totally overworked at this point. They can't keep track of all of it. So
yeah,
you basically kind of keep your head low and just do your thing.
Yeah, it's like, well, darkness or light attracts attention, especially now when it's getting dark out. So
Okay.
Yeah, this is kind of a neighborhood watch thing going on. It's a dark sky compliance thing. We just try to stay,
Exactly.
yeah, light
As long as you
pollution.
keep a hood over your
Yeah.
camera.
Yeah.
Wait,
We're
do
really
you guys
concerned
live
about
in the dock ward?
Light pollution.
Well, recently, yes.
Oh, okay.
I like it.
So does that mean I'm going to live in the dock ward? This is very exciting.
Well, if Ylka has a better place, then
I do have that spacious room in the yawning portal.
All right.
Also, if we get 100 gold pieces,
We could have many spacious rooms.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's true. So he takes you down a new alley. He's not familiar with it, and as you're rolling down the street, it's very, very dark. You can't really see anything. But suddenly there's this like waft of purple smoke out of a building that you're passing by as a patron is leaving a building, and the door opens and closes behind the smoke, and the smoke kind of dissipates, and you see this shop front that is completely covered in purple paint, and outside of it there's a little signpost, like a hanging sign sticking out of the top of the building over the door, with a creature that's orb-shaped with one giant glowing eyeball, just kind of hanging there like a little stuffed creature.
Stuffed.
Stuffed.
This is
As in like plush.
a plush toy.
Oh,
Yes.
plush.
Not
Okay.
a
Right.
taxidermy.
Right.
Hey, take out your Volo's Book of Monsters.
oh my gosh.
Mark, what is
Yeah,
that?
do I know this?
How well read are
I
you?
have a lot of Volo's Book of Monsters committed to memory.
Yeah, you know that it's a beholder. It's got 9 little eye stalks.
And would I recognize that this is since it's a plush beholder, would I know what kind of place this is, or it's a place that I have frequented?
No, none of you have ever been down this alley before. This is
Okay.
this is off the beaten path where this driver is taking you right now.
Plush. Is this like a children's toy? This plush thing?
Could be.
Did you guys just see the
Yeah,
poof of purple smoke come
Yeah.
out of this?
Yes, I want to go there.
Excuse, everyone want to go? Should we stop?
Yeah, sorry. I saw this wasn't part of our
What?
initial.
Huh?
Sorry, Zuber
Yes.
driver. Yeah,
Zuber
Yeah,
driver.
right. My name is Terry.
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 Thank you.
Can you
Terry
just
the half elf.
can you just hang out here for 1 second while we peek inside this place? Do you know what this is? Have you
Will
been
you
on the
allow
street
us to
before?
tarry? Tarry?
He says, I've never been on the street before, and if you want me to stay here, that's going to cost you extra. I'm sorry, this is really dangerous.
How close are we? How close are we to the skewered dragon?
He takes out his sending stone, taps on it a couple times, calls into dispatch. He's like, and it says that you're about 10 minutes away.
10 minutes by
driving
foot or
On by foot.
10 minutes by foot?
Yep.
All right.
Oh.
Thank you. 5 stars.
so? Do we want to go?
Terry.
We want to go into this place.
Terry, did you want to give us your card so we can?
He gives you a business card.
Thank you.
Thanks,
And he
Terry.
says, if you want to call into the Guild of Zuber Drivers, that'd be really...
Great.
Terry the half elf.
We're trying to make ourselves a thing. The Zubers don't want us to unionize, but we're trying to
Stay
build a
strong.
reputation here. So
Okay. Yeah. Good luck with that.
thank you.
Okay.
And he stops and pulls over on the side of the alley. The alley's about 15 feet wide, so at the side of the alley, like he's still kind of right in the middle of it. But yeah,
Awesome. Should we go up to the place?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Going to the purple thing?
Yeah.
Wait, can we still see the guy that exited and caused the plume of smoke?
no, he's disappeared into the
He's
darkness.
long gone. Okay. All right, let's go into the
What is-
beholder.
What is allowing us to see that the smoke is purple in this much darkness? How can we distinguish a color like purple?
Like it's like magic.
Magic purple.
Yeah, it's literally magic. Lets
Magic
you see
purple.
that it's just like that thick.
Wizard did
It's
it.
like,
Is it octarine?
and there's a lantern on your cart too, so
Oh.
that also illuminates it.
Good. And a hanging plushy beholder.
Eye.
Is the beholder
The whole
also
eye.
purple?
Not the whole thing, right?
The
It's just,
beholder's also
it's just
purple.
the one
The eye.
The
stalk.
beholder is an eye, isn't it?
Is it the stalk of it, or is it the whole thing?
Can you show us a picture in Volo's book?
I
of
will
Monsters?
describe it to you. Oh, you have a copy of the book with you right
Yeah.
there.
On an
Yeah.
autographed copy
An
now.
autograph
Wow,
copy.
that's so cool. Yeah. So it looks very fearsome. You want to describe it?
Sure. A beholder has a giant eye with a bunch of tiny eye stalks, right? Here's a
And
picture.
then it's like, and then.
It's got a big mouth. It's got like really pointy teeth. Hundreds of them.
Okay, I know it from the joke.
I
Alright.
really am looking for a miniature beholder for this game that I've been playing, and so this looks like a place that might carry those. So
Really? All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
we're here. It's a short walk to where we're going, the skewered dragon. So
yeah, it's only 2
let's,
minutes away.
let's stop in and
see
go
if-
see. Yeah.
At the very least, maybe they have some dice.
And you've got some gold now to
Yeah,
spend.
exactly.
plus
Perfect timing.
purple is so beautiful.
All right, so you can enter or do what you want. You're standing right outside this place, just gazing at this purple facade. The sign, as you get closer to it, you see that it says Lafoomf's Curiosity Emporium. On the sign.
Lafoomf. Lafoomf. I'm gonna just go right in, assuming like it's a store.
Yeah. So you walk in, and again, a cloud of purple smoke trails out of the door. It smells like lavender. And every wall in the store is painted purple. Every dusty knickknack on the shelves is dyed a deep violet.
Why are they
You
dusty?
see at the far end of the chamber, on the storefront, a hairless old gnome sitting cross-legged on the counter, wearing plum-colored robes. His cheeks are decorated with 9 purple face-painted eyeballs, all over his face.
Are you Lafoomf?
He lowers a pipe and exhales a cloud of lavender smoke that you can smell from across the room. It's pungent. Before he raises a hand, he says, "Hail and well met! Come and browse the shelves of the most curious curiosity shop in the world. I am Lafoomf."
Lafoomf, this is amazing.
Thank you.
I'm gonna start looking around. I'm gonna start looking around.
I'm gonna try not to steal something.
I'm going
Zaya's
to
preparing to steal.
I'm going to ask him if he carries any musical instruments.
Musical instruments. Let me think. He says, "No, I'm afraid not. We deal in more obscure artifacts here."
Is this store always in this location?
What a curious question. To the best of my knowledge, yes.
Okay.
I've lived here all my life.
I'm just asking where the weapons are.
The weapons, everywhere outdoors. You know, this is a very late hour to be here. I was just about to close up. Can I help you?
I get discouraged and I go look at something dumb.
There's an assortment of trinkets on the shelves. They're all dyed deep purple.
That's what I look at.
Yeah, do any of the trinkets stand out? Is there anything that looks especially intriguing? Are there any dice-related trinkets or miniatures, perhaps, of?
Yes. In fact, you find you kind of like browse, like finger through some of the trinkets. They're like boxes, and at the bottom of one box, you find this purple die that's shaped like a beholder, but like a duodecahedron, or not a duodecahedron. Is that 20? That's a 12.
Yeah, no.
Dodecahedron.
Dodecahedron.
Dodecahedron. But it's like a beholder, 20-sided beholder with an eyeball on the 20.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
And it's in
How is
mint
that
condition.
not a real thing?
Yeah.
Mr. Lafoof, I'm very interested in this die. How much is this?
You are a discerning buyer, my friend.
Thank you.
This is the famous Xanathar's dice.
What?
Yes, one of a kind.
Oh
Made by
my
the
gosh.
Xanathar himself.
Oh my-
With this die, you will succeed in any game of chance. I
Whoa.
guarantee it.
What?
Yes.
Does it prevent your opponent from
Only 10 gold
succeeding?
pieces.
Which just several weeks ago you may have seen as a pittance.
Can I put this on my family's tab?
Roll persuasion.
Roll credit.
12.
He says, and which family would that be?
The Wave Silver family.
The Wave Silver family. Yes,
I-
merchants, yes?
Yes. I'm sure they have a tab here.
Yes, and your name?
Lark. I'm Lark.
Lark Wave Silver.
Yes.
Yes, I think that can be arranged.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you very much. This
Certainly.
means so much to me.
Certainly. I'll be sure to spread word of your good deeds,
Thank you.
your patronage.
Mr. Lafoof,
Yes!
I was wondering if perhaps, since you are a short walk from the Skewered Dragon, if you had seen a gloriously handsome young man who has hair basically of purple without the blue down to his waist.
And as you say this, you can see he kind of looks down and starts to act like uncomfortable, as if he knows something.
Tell me what you know of.
And the word floon passes through the purple mist and into his ear, almost visibly like something out of Scott Pilgrim versus the World. And he looks down, touches his lips, and glares at you, and says, I know nothing of a beautiful man by that name.
But you do know of a beautiful man with hair so red it is nearly purple, which would interest you.
I don't want to get mixed up in anything like this.
I don't want you mixed up in it either, which is why you should tell me, and then your responsibility will be removed because then it'll be on me.
No, I would be... no. It's better for everyone if I just keep quiet.
I need a moment to consider how I will get him to talk to me about this. Ooh, I go over in a corner and search through my bags to see if I can find something purple to trade for knowledge.
What would you have that would be purple? Flowers and berries?
I was thinking flowers, yeah. Yeah, probably. I definitely have flowers that are purple. I probably have some stones, probably precious or not. I also have a purple dye, but I probably shouldn't let Lark see it because it's probably his. I'll offer to trade it, and he'll be like, "Wait a minute."
So what are you bringing up?
I offer him 2 of the it's an agate that on the outside is a very light, almost gray purple, and on the inside starts with kind of a really light purple in the gem and then gets really deep purple towards the center. I
As soon
offer
as you
him that for
pull it out,
knowledge.
his eyes widen and he goes, "It's beautiful. Where did you find such a beautiful stone?"
In my pouch.
That's obviously. I meant more generally.
No, really, that's all I can remember is that I
Oh.
I found it in my pouch.
Well,
But it could be yours.
this changes everything.
If you would only tell me more.
Yes, I remember now. I remember. I saw a man bearing that description 2 nights ago now. I saw him and a well-dressed fellow of similar appearance and bearing. There were 2 of them. But one was dressed
Did
more...
one have big mustachios?
No.
Okay.
No, they were both beautiful red-haired men.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
6 feet tall at least, twice my size. And he gets up on the bar and stands and kind of shows his full 3 feet of lafoofness.
Were they in fact identical? Could they have been brothers?
I mean, maybe? I don't remember. I'm sorry, but I remember that they were passing by my shop. In fact, right out that window, and I heard a ruckus, and when I ran out the door, I saw them being assailed by five attackers, 5 humans.
What?
Yeah,
5 what?
5 people.
And did they prevail?
No. These men dragged them away.
Oh, they were killed.
They were rough-looking men, black leather armor.
Oh no.
I turn to the rest of my party and I say, do you remember how many nights Volo said he's been missing?
No.
Shoot. Me either. It was 2 nights. Excellent.
Wow, you just
So,
got inspired.
It felt like he said, there's something like this whispering voice came to me, and I remember now that he said 2 nights.
Good old
Yeah,
time.
that sounds familiar now that you say it.
Yeah. So if
You're in
Volo
3.
left him alone
You still are.
in the skewered dragon, and then at some point he must have met up with this person, or he was always there and Volo was just so drunk, instead of seeing double he was seeing 1, and then and then at some point they left and they passed by Laflumps.
Did both of did both of the beautiful red-haired men get taken by the men in black leather armor?
Yes.
Could you
They were
perceive?
knocked unconscious and dragged away.
Were they in black leather armor?
The 2 men weren't.
The
And the
five
men that
were.
joined them, yeah.
The 5 were. I
Yes.
somehow missed that part.
Yes, it matched. Bad business that. I wouldn't trust those ones.
No. What are they? We've been seeing them too.
Oh, good question.
I still have some on my axe.
You didn't hear it from me, but I know that black leather armor is the trademark of the Zentarin.
The Zentarin.
Spits a purple wad of spit on the floor. Troublemakers, those lot. Out-of-towners.
Oh, out of towners.
Where's the do the Zentarin? Do they have a? do they have a clubhouse or some kind of secret fort?
I want to go to a secret
Yes,
fort.
it's under my bed.
ladder.
He says I wouldn't know about that.
A secret
I'm only
lair.
a shopkeeper. Like I said, I don't want to get mixed up in the violence outside my door.
Of course. Well, we thank you for what information
Of course.
you've offered.
Of course. May the many eyes watch over you.
Thank you.
He points his face.
So, which direction did you see them drag them off in?
That way! And he points in the direction of your cart. Down the alley.
The way we had been going?
Towards the water.
Towards the water.
Which is also towards the
Towards the skewered dragon,
Toward the
by
skewered
chance?
dragon.
Hey, what was that cross
Okay.
street?
something
Cat
Now that
alley.
I knocked
Cat
this
alley.
thing over.
It was cat.
Okay, so they're being dragged toward the water.
Gut alley.
They were. There are now 2 floons.
Correct.
I reflect to myself. Before we pursue this lead, did anyone want to further examine these curiosities?
If I can't stab anybody with them, I'm probably not interested.
I got my die.
There's some,
Yeah, you got a curiosity.
purple sharpened bones and things. But no weapons
Oh,
to
yeah.
speak of.
See? Yeah, that's
Okay.
a bone this big. About 7-8 feet.
There's
All
one.
right.
There's one behind the counter. Looks like some kind of a tusk.
No, I won't. I got other plans for my gold.
I see.
I'm gonna quickly peruse the shelves. Does anything trigger anything for me that would,
Trigger anything like in your memories?
like in my memories? Since he has obscure items and curiosities.
You do find as you're paging through the shelves for a couple minutes, while everyone's kind of glancing around after this information's been disseminated, you do find a small necklace with a clasp, and you open it, and inside it looks like a picture of a wizened old man with a long gray beard. His face is kind of shadowed by the brim of his hat, sort of Gandalf-y. And for some reason, it triggers a sense of deja vu in you. It's a purple locket.
Is he a human?
It's hard to tell. It's just his
It's hard to
torso.
tell. You can tell it's male. And,
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Not an elf, though. His ears are normal.
Okay. And is it a purple locket?
It is.
Okay.
Looks like it may have been painted that color, though. Like there might be something else under it.
Okay. All right. Le floof.
Lafoof, please. Thank you.
Sorry. How much for this locket?
Oh, for that locket, I would say 10 gold pieces. Yes.
Is
Truly a
everything in
treasure.
this store 10 gold pieces?
No, don't be ridiculous.
Okay, I'm going to commit the picture to memory, hide it behind another object so somebody else doesn't buy it, and then I prepare to leave.
Very well.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity, tell me about the tusk.
He says, well, my friend, that's not a tusk.
Yeah.
It's far more interesting. That is the rib of a dragon.
Dragon.
Yes. A relic of the dragon war.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yes.
This is my new
Truly an
favorite
amazing
store.
material, dragon bone. Useful magical properties. I sometimes grind up little bits of it myself for my tea.
That sounds like a luxury.
It makes
Well, I
your
like to live a
spit
good
purple.
life.
That's, yeah.
All right. Well, I'll think about it. Come
Wise
back.
decision, my friend.
Yes. Think about it. Yes.
Please be back.
Of course.
We definitely will. Also, we know Volo. Volo's Waterdeep and Caridian. I will ask him to give you a high rating in the Enchiridion. People will be flocking to your store, Mr. Lafoof.
He just looks uncomfortable about that. He doesn't say anything, he just kind of frowns and his eyebrow furrows. He looks like the idea of a large crowd of people stresses him out. Honestly.
I definitely will do that. Thank you very much.
Oh, yes.
But he'll make sure that there's like 3 money signs next to the rating so that they know that everything here is at least 10 gold pieces.
3 gold coins
Give it
right
a good
next.
Yelp review.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured that
Great.
Volo's Enchiridion was kind of like the Zelp.
Yeah.
So there's
Waterdeep.
Waterdeep Yelp Whelp.
No, it's Zelp.
Oh, okay. It's
Yeah, Zelp and Zuber. No, it's a different family of halflings, not the
Whelp and Woober.
Yeah.
All right, I leave the store.
Yep.
Ding-a-ling.
Poof. Purple.
Purple, yeah. And the smell of lavender is quickly replaced with the smell of soot and excrement.
That store was amazing.
Sure was.
I can take it or leave it.
I hope we come across...
Not enough beer. Not enough swords.
Did you? That has a dragon's rib. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but that's really unwieldy.
Yeah, but it's
I mean, only if you're trying to kill somebody with it.
Terry looks back and he's like, so, where to?
Oh, he hung
Oh,
out.
you waited for us.
Oh,
Yes,
nice.
Nice.
If I would give you if it was possible to give you a 6-star rating, I would.
Try it.
We would like to get to the skewer
Skewer
dragon.
dragon.
Yes, please.
Yeah,
Very well.
let's do it.
Very well. Hop on board. And he carts you around to the very edge of the dock ward, which is kind of a half-moon shaped dock, port, basically. And towards the center of the moon is this building. Looks like a ruin. Both of its front-facing windows are smashed. There's a ship's anchor lodged in the roof. And the buildings around it all kind of look crushed as if something had just like smashed into them. But this tavern is standing, but only barely. Through the windows, you can see a group of haggard patrons drinking from huge tankards. And Terry
Alright.
drops you off and says that'll be 5 gold pieces.
Yeah, so 125 each. Here you go.
Thank you, thank you.
I chip in 2.
Although I just take up a little bit of space. Maybe I just chip in 1 gold. Just kidding.
He says,
I
Salune's
also-
blessings upon you. He takes off his Instagram.
Salune's
Whose
blessings.
Salune.
Salune. Should we step inside?
Yeah, sounds like it.
You step in and you mount a
We-
scowl from several of the patrons. It's quiet in this bar. You're probably the most lively people in it.
Should we
Well,
play
I know
music?
how we can change that.
Ylka
I
meerkats up.
approach the barkeep and in an attempt to kind of butter him up and increase the volume in here. I guess I don't need to tell you my motivations. I offer that Ylka sing a song.
Oh.
So you're like being her agent. This is
Yeah.
cool with you, Ylka?
Sure.
She'll do it. Yeah, she'll do it for tips.
The bartender's like, all right, let's hear it.
I'll liven the spirits.
All right. There's
What do
the
you-
hearth right over there.
What do you play?
Is there a hearth?
There's a hearth. It is dead.
I stride over to the hearth. I sit down upon it, and I make not an elaborate show, but a specific process of undoing my concertina straps and opening it, because I know how to make an entrance. And it's very quiet in here, and it seems like these people could do with some entertainment, at least to break the tension.
Right, you're all dressed nicer than they are, and so they all seem kind of hostile to you, just by nature of your presumptuousness.
Ooh, yeah.
So I choose a bawdy, silly, comedic song about a pack of traders on the sea who brought whimsical supplies to each town.
Roll performance.
And hum a little.
And hum a little.
Yeah. Hum a song for us.
13 plus 5.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So after about only like 10 minutes of performing, like the patrons are swaying and their looks of hostility have been replaced by looks of emotion. And, you know, that they're feeling it. Some of them are watching you appreciatingly. Some are just kind of looking down at the counter. And they all seem like there's maybe 10 people in here plus the bartender and you guys. And they're all just thoroughly into the music. Nobody's even really talking. They're just listening.
Okay, so while I would like to confer with Scoot, I'm going to confer with Scoot and Lark. So obviously we were sent here by Volo. Do we think he has a good reputation here? Should we mention his name or leave it out? I feel like we should leave it out.
Who wouldn't love Mr. Volo?
Okay, so Scoot.
Yeah,
Do you
I think you
think-
should go right up there and ask him about Volo.
I'm going to go up to the bar and order drinks for everybody.
For everybody?
No,
or
no,
for-
no, no, for my party.
Okay, it's like 4 silvers.
Okay,
Big
but
flags,
while
that's all
I'm
they have.
there
Mhm.
ordering, I ask the barkeep about that Volo guy was in here 2 nights ago. What was that like?
Volo. I don't understand that man. And a
Yeah.
couple of the patrons look up. They've got like ale all over their beards, and their breath reeks. And one of them puts a hand on your shoulder and is like, "You don't want to go mixing up with that kind of guy, all right?
Yeah.
You know who he was? Where he was?
Oh, man. That's what I heard. That
Yeah.
you don't want to mix up with that guy.
He's
what happened to that
hangs
guy?
out
who
with the
was
wrong type. You know what I'm saying? He's
yeah.
nobleman.
Oh yeah. I hate those noble.
Yeah, and everyone kind of like raises their glasses and is like, "Yeah, fuck those ones." And then the bartender's like, Volo's all right. He comes here, he pays good coin, but
But then he brings in the riff-raffy noble people.
Exactly.
Ugh.
Exactly. Yeah, I'd rather they just stayed where they belong. They come in here like they own the place.
Well, because they could.
Yeah.
Not this particular place, but other ones. Because I know you'd never sell out, right?
Right. And they all cheers. What's that?
Yeah. So what was with that guy he brought in here the other night?
Which one?
I don't know, the guy with that red hair. Who did he think he was, man?
That one. Well, I shouldn't be so quick to judge. The bartender leans over the counter and he's like, I suppose you're talking about when Volo and his friend were here a
Yeah.
couple nights ago. I remember that they had a real good time.
Oh.
Those windows weren't smashed until they pulled in.
Uh-oh.
Are you here to pay their tab?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Volo didn't pay his
He
tab.
passes you a bill.
However close I am to her, I'm further away now.
He says, "Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Volo stomped in here with his red-haired friend, and they were drinking and carousing all night, gambling. I don't know where they get all their money from."
They had all that money and they didn't pay you?
Yeah. Well, Volo left early, but his friend stuck around, and that's when things kind of got wild. You see, he had another friend show up.
Oh.
There were 2 of them, and this other friend was he spits.
Oh, was he Zentaurum?
What? No. Why would you assume that? No. He's one of the nobility.
Oh,
And
Are you good at spitting? Is this something you've done before, or are you just like?
no.
Are you just picking it up now?
No, I was gonna say I spit like my daughter spits, which is. I'm not quite sure what it is.
I just love the idea. Ew.
no, he said him and his friend had a wild night. They were playing 3 Dragon Ante all night. It got pretty loud and boisterous. They were throwing things around the tavern with some of the other patrons. The windows were broken. They left around midnight.
Oh man, he and his noble friend. They did they look kind of alike? That Those nobles, I mean, you know about those nobles, and they kind of look alike.
Yeah,
Been there for years.
No, he made no secret of it. And then the drunk guy whirls back to you again. He puts down his drink again. Puts a hand on your shoulder. Breathes on you.
I kind of sink a little because I'm tiny.
You wilt a little bit. Your hair kind of withers. And he's like, I'd chip off the old block for that one. Those never embers. Nothing but trouble for the city. He collapses back on the counter after that.
I'm like, buy this guy a water. Because that probably is
That's a copper. We boil it in house.
Oh, excellent. So they left at midnight and they left their tab open. Silly nobles. Did you see which direction they went?
It says, yes, they went that way. And then the drunk guy gets up again. He's like, I just remembered. They were followed.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. I feel bad for that guy. Yeah, no, after they left, the five guys got up.
From the bar?
Yep. Strangers. Yeah, that was a busy night a couple nights ago. Been pretty quiet since then. Yeah, but no, those two made a ruckus. They left and they were followed. I hope they got what was coming to them.
Yeah, nobles.
Everybody in the bar.
All right. Thanks. Enjoy your water. I'm gonna go bring these ales to my companions.
I've been up dancing, listening to Ylka's concertina music.
Wonderful.
It's festive.
Hey, Scoot, I brought you 4 ales.
Thank you. Scoot drinks the 4 ales.
Nice. You got a good buzz going.
I worked through the first one,
Yeah.
and then started to work through the second one. Hopefully somebody stops me, but I genuinely think they're all 4 for me.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, after the berry drink thing from the yawning portal, I don't want none of this crap. I mean, delicious ale, sir.
Yeah, at this point, the bartender goes over to the fireplace and lights it, and the place is starting to kind of get more festive. Some people are
look
kind of
what we
clapping by the
did.
bar while you're dancing, Lark. And they're kind of just talking about the goings on the last couple nights, all the violence on the streets, and those 5 guys that were in there a couple nights ago, like they seemed like sinister types, and we were just kind of swapping ideas and theories and that kind of thing.
So they must have stood out in their
Matching
you, yeah.
Has anybody come up to dance with me, or am I just dancing by myself?
Dancing by yourself so far.
Okay.
I
Yep.
go dance with him now that, and while we're dancing,
Yay!
I tell him
And people
about
clap.
that this is where.
Okay, so I get the info from Zay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got it.
Yep.
Does it look like, is there anyone who's kind of more enthusiastically clapping along than anyone else?
Indeed.
Can we entice them to come up and dance with us?
Yeah. It's this kind of clean-shaven man, maybe in his early 40s. He's really drunk looking, but he's kind of got nice. He got like some kind of leather armor around under his outfit. He looks like he's kind of like world weary and weather worn and capable. And he's kind of like lurches off the wall where he was leaning and kind of just dances with you with his eyes
Nice.
closed. Yeah, his arms are kind of swinging around ungainly, like he's not really a dancer.
just
But he's
having a
kind of
good time.
boogieing. Yeah.
Or even if he were, he's
I introduce. Hi, sir. My name's Lark,
Lark, nice to meet you.
and you are
I am Jalaster.
Jalaster.
Jalaster Silvermane at your service.
Nice to meet you, sir, Jalaster.
Yes.
It's nice to get out and have an evening to sort of forget our cares with all the Zenderin. Ugh. There's a lot of spit.
Yeah.
A lot of spit on the floor in here, Jalaster.
Lose your footing.
Is that a metaphor or are you a...
No, I'm just saying it feels homey.
Yeah. Well, that's why we come here, you know.
Exactly.
As opposed to places like the Yawning Portal.
Ugh, a yawning portal. More like Yawnsville portal.
I like you.
I like you too,
I like you
Jalaster.
a lot.
Oh,
What did you say your name was?
Lark.
Lark.
Lark, yeah.
Good name.
We just got into a scrape.
What?
With some Xandrin, and like we came here to sort of forget about our troubles and just not think about it. Have
Hope
a
it
good
went-
time with this amazing music.
Hope it went poorly for them. You seem all right.
Yeah, we somebody else took care of it. We managed to scoot out of there before things got too hairy.
What?
So.
Sorry, Scoot.
Okay.
So you fought some Zentrum. Did one of them have this tattoo on his neck like a snake?
Not that I noticed. Why? What does that mean?
I don't know. Well,
I can never see their necks. It's always under the black leather armor.
he kind of slows down and stops dancing, and he thinks for a second. He's like, I think the snake is the Zentrum icon, a snake diving downwards to bite something. That's their logo. I saw a guy with that tattoo in here a couple nights ago.
Bad guy.
Yeah, he seemed real bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all. But you stayed out of his way.
Well, yeah. I mean, I wasn't gonna. He had a bunch of buddies with him. Luckily they left before anything got too serious here.
Thank goodness.
I just came for a drink.
But they don't hang out here too, because their secret headquarters. That's nowhere near here.
I don't know. I mean, one of these guys, and he's like, one of these guys here could be his.
What? I thought they always wore the leather armor.
I mean, these guys, like, they're enforcers, do but like, they should.
Oh man, I better be more careful. I just assumed it was the black leather guys, but those are just the enforcers.
That's right. I mean, that's why I'm here dancing.
Me too.
I put on a cool game, but really, I'm keeping my eyes open.
Smart. I could learn a lot from a guy like you, Jalaster. What should I be like? How can I be more like you? How can I be more aware and not step into it?
Let me tell you, Lark. There's an organization in this town.
What?
There's an organization in this town called the Harpers.
Yeah.
They keep an eye on the streets. I keep an eye on the streets, for I am a Harper.
You are?
Yes.
What does that even mean?
Normally, I wouldn't tell people this, but we work with some of the lords in the town. We make sure that these people, these Zentrum, these other guilds, the Xanathar Guild, the Black Network, they have no place terrorizing the people of this city, and we will do whatever we can to stop them.
Whoa.
And that's why I'm here. Keep an eye on them.
Do you work with the Watch, or do you coordinate with them? Or are you like a separate secret fighting force?
And he kind of takes pride, and he's like, well, we don't like to brag, but we kind of operate on our own.
Oh, man.
Sanctioned, of course.
Like, do you ever take new recruits?
Of course.
Really?
Of course. And he says, seek out Ramalia. Ramalia Haven Tree.
Whoa. Yeah. Where would we seek her out, or him?
Well,
or them?
she's one of the nobility.
I would know.
Yeah.
Ramalia Haven Tree?
And you would actually know the name Haven Tree. It's a pretty powerful house.
Okay. Ramalia Haven Tree. Does she works with the Harpers? Is she a Harper? Whoa. Secretly?
Not that secretly, obviously.
Oh,
right.
I thought you were telling me because we were good friends now.
Well, I mean, I just met you. I mean, and he's kind of starting to get serious at this point. His conversation's gone on long enough that his brain is fully engaged, and he's like, okay, well, you seem like a good sort, so I'm telling you, seek out this woman if you want to do some good.
Okay, Ramalia Haven Tree. Is she at the Haven Tree family estate, or where would we find her?
You could potentially find her in the yawning portal. She's there sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right? No, I'm not sure.
She says, that was an act. I go there too.
Okay.
It's a good book.
All right, I like it too.
All right, thanks. And he says, yeah, the yawning portal. Posh bastard.
Thanks, Jalaster. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
I will go up to Ylka and suggest she play her signature song, final song, Closing Time. No. And that it's time to head back home, which for us is YP. Should we invite the fellas back or leave them here in the
Skewered Dragon?
In the Skewered Dragon?
Well, you
in the
live
dock.
over here,
Actually,
right?
in the dock ward. Gotcha.
Maybe I should see your place too, just so I know which one would be better for me to stay at.
Yeah, we should go to Lark's place.
Yeah, come stay at my place. Scoot lives there too.
Scoot doesn't even know how he feels about this at this point. Because he kind of accepts it. It's like, God, it's going to be cuddle puddle in there.
Well, I share with you guys what I've learned from Jalaster about Ramalia Haventree and the Harpers. Do you think that we want to go back to the Yawning Portal since we just got here? Is that what you're suggesting?
Well, it's after midnight now, isn't it?
No.
No.
It's not. It's
Oh,
like,
it's not?
It's like 8 or 9 o'clock.
Oh, it's just
The
after
sun has set.
sunset.
Yep.
And it was after midnight when he left 2 nights ago.
Right.
And was potentially kidnapped. And he is... Okay. So, Floon is a never ember. Is something that I learned from the barkeep.
What you learned is that there was a Never Ember. You didn't say that it was Floon.
I remember that now.
Fine distinction.
Now I'm confused. Oh, there was a Never Ember that had red hair who was with someone else who had red hair, who was a chip off the old block.
That was said.
Right. That is what was said.
Yes.
So an influential father, perhaps.
Perhaps.
Who joined the person who had been there with Volo, who Volo called Floon.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. That's
In fact,
what I
Volo
know.
said that Floon's name is Floon Blagmar. He has a last name.
Blagmar.
Yes.
Oh.
Just to retcon that a little bit.
Thank you.
Yeah. He would have told you that.
Blagmar.
Blagmar with 2 A's. M-A-A-R.
Okay.
So 3 A's.
Well, right.
Specifically.
And Jalaster wanders over to the bar and buys another drink. Some kind of cocktail, some clear. Something to get him drunk fast.
Man, Jalaster's having either a really good or a really bad day.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably having a bad day if he's drinking here instead of the Yawning Portal. Okay, so we know that the 2 red-haired men were kidnapped after leaving here. We know one of the red-haired men might have been Floon. The other one, maybe the other one was the Never Ember, who looks like his dad and is the chip off the old block.
Possibly.
Correct.
Possibly.
I'm going to look around and see if I see any snake tattoos.
Oh, good call.
Like in the patronage bar? Roll perception. Roll investigation, actually.
Oh, good, because
Yeah.
I'm good at that.
Yep.
15.
15. So you look around. How do you do this? Like you surreptitiously just kind of like wander past everyone?
Just I do it in the way that I imagine Rowan Crooks would do it. So like with a little bit of
smile on your
a little bit
face.
of a little bit of a little bit of a jaunty Errol Flynn-esque.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So as you're doing this, Jalaster is watching you kind of jaunt your way around the bar, watching you. He's kind of got a crooked smile on his face. And then he his eyes get wide, and he bolts out of his chair and walks over to the door and beckons you over.
Okay, I head over.
And
What is it? What is
he
it?
says, "I just remember. Those 5 men. I heard from a different agent that they've been seen coming in and out of this alley, this named Candle Lane.
Candle Lane.
Yes.
That's here in the dock ward.
Yes, it is. It's just a few blocks away.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm gonna. Do you think? I kind of want to go and investigate a little. Would the Harpers look favorably on that if I applied to become a Harper?
That would be a good way to get your foot in the door.
If I
Yes.
put that on my CV.
Yes.
Okay.
Harper CV.
Thank you very much, Jalaster. What was the name? What was the name of that alley one more time?
Candle
Candle Lane.
Candle Lane, right?
Yes.
Candle Lane. Thank you. I scurry back and tell my compatriots here. Okay, so Jalaster over here says that he's seen some of the Xandrim hanging out in Candle Lane. That's for those of you who don't live here in Dock Ward. That's near here. It's only a couple
Which
blocks
is
away.
none of us now.
Yeah. Well, my place is just over here, but
Your place is like around the corner from Candle Lane, actually.
Oh, excellent. So it's barely past 9. We probably have time to go check this out.
yeah, I think we should check it out.
Yeah.
Good to go.
Go back to your place.
All right.
I feel that I've done my part here. The mood is lifted. Heard
We got the
beautiful
information we
strains.
needed.
One of the patrons pulls out a small violin and rests it on his lap and kind of plays it like a cello to accompany you.
We bond.
All right, I start heading back to Scoot's place. In such a way that we'll pass Candle Lane.
Yep. It's a very, very dark alley.
Are
no
the
light
four
down
of us heading together?
I was this way, everybody.
You're
Yep.
leading us down a dark
Before
alley.
we leave,
Well, we're not in Dark Alley yet, but when we get there,
what is the general reaction to people using magic in Waterdeep? Is that
It's
pretty
very
standard?
commonplace. Yeah.
Okay. Having said that, should we probably bring a torch or something? Or a lantern? Or will that draw too much attention? I ask Scoot.
You're gonna need it, so bring it.
Okay, I want to,
I have a lantern.
do you have a lantern? Is it the kind that you can aim?
It is a hooded lantern.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So when we can
But it's
just
not
use it
the
when we
spotlight
need to.
one.
So we won't draw attention to ourselves. So we'll let.
Yes.
So you seem to know this place really, really well and be able to see better than me. Scoot, will you lead the way? And will you light your lantern?
Yeah.
And hood it till we need it?
Absolutely.
I am so excited
Yeah, me too.
to see where you guys live. Show me around your neighborhood. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Okay.
Okay, so where are you heading to your place or down Candle Lane?
We're headed toward, we're first one, then the other. So we're gonna go check out Candle Lane.
On the way home.
Yeah. And
Okay, so
I'm assuming we won't make it home.
it's a narrow alley. It's like not even 10 feet wide. As dark as a dungeon and about as smelly as one too.
Creepy.
There's a distant light down the alley, like far away. You can't tell what it is.
Okay.
Okay.
Flickering like a candle.
We'll make our way towards that.
Yeah, I think we should check it out.
You wanna go check that out?
Yeah.
Should we go?
Alright.
Do you want to investigate along the way, sort of like as we're going, just sort of
Yeah.
anything? Okay,
Yeah,
so,
can we be on alert? Is that
so we'll go slowish and just sort of make our creep, kind of
Yeah.
not creep, but sort of take our time going down there, just to kind of make sure everyone keeps their bearings.
I'm gonna.
One of you can
Draw
roll
my
investigation with
quarterstaff.
advantage. Whoever's leading the way.
I would have.
Presumably you're all kind of helping each other out, but we'll have.
I
some
would be.
point.
I'd be looking for threats.
Sure.
So I.
So that'd be perception.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not looking for clues. I'm just looking to see if anybody's about to jump us. That's all I'm heading for.
But was somebody looking for clues?
Me.
Roll investigation. and
With
you roll
advantage?
perception, Scoot. Yes, as long as somebody's helping you.
I
I'm
got
helping,
a
'cause I'm very
16.
curious.
16 on perception.
Ooh, a 7 and a 1.
But 12?
12 is pretty good for investigation.
And I got
so
16 on the perception.
So walking down the alley together and kind of like Wizard of Oz style through the woods, like jumping at each sound, it's very, very quiet in this alley. Like almost like the sound of people passing by on the main thoroughfares kind of gets blocked out by these tall 2- and 3-story buildings. There's occasionally like gated fences leading to courtyards behind different houses. But you walk towards this light, you don't sense any threats. It's very still in this alleyway. Suddenly, about 60 feet into the alley, you hear a whoosh, and this dark shape, like a bird, but obviously not a bird. Like it's almost like a longer creature than a bird with wings, shoots by overhead. And you see down the lane that this flickering light, after this happens, it's silent again, and there's a flame floating in a street lamp, not like attached to anything, just like a ball of fire.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's still lit, because it's magic. It's not like an actual
Gotcha. Yeah.
torch.
Was that a bat, Scoot? Did you see that thing?
That was a weird bat. That was a bat.
You didn't see well enough to know what it was, but you saw it well enough to know that it was not a bat.
I'm reasonably very positive that that's not a bat.
Good, because bats freak me out a little
You know,
bit.
you're not
so-
into bats?
No.
Okay, I won't tell you if there's a bat then.
Thank you.
Yeah,
It'll be my little secret. Yeah. Hey, have you seen anything like?
Is it near enough by that I could try to talk to it?
No, it's gone in the
It's
darkness.
gone in the darkness. Okay.
I just see this
Only
weird
Scoot
light.
saw it because he has dark vision.
Oh,
Oh, sure.
Like is above you.
But you heard, did he
I
like
heard it.
sense it?
but I didn't see
Yeah.
it.
No,
Yeah,
there-
all I see is the light. This weird light up there.
And as you approach this, do you approach it, or do you just kind of keep like far away as you?
How far away are we?
Maybe 60 feet further.
Are we? It's towards us as we go. Like, are we walking towards it?
You're
right?
walking towards it. Yes.
Yeah.
It's becoming more.
I
clear
continue
when it's-
walking towards it. I
Yeah,
think.
I'm
Yeah.
in front of you. Just
So
Yeah.
as you're carefully walking towards it, you see what it is. It's this ball of fire in a lamppost in the center of the alley. But then across the alley from it is a warehouse, one of many warehouses in this alley. But this warehouse, above the door, you can see from the light of the fire that there is an image of a snake with wings flying downwards towards the handle of the door, almost like an arrow.
A downward snake is the tattoo of the Zamarin. Of the Xantarin.
Centarum.
Zentarum. The bad guys, Zentara.
Oh,
yeah.
Check it out.
The black leather dudes. So does that mean that they own this? They must own this warehouse, or maybe it's their secret hideout.
They're aren't they fairly new to town? Is this something they've acquired?
I've heard about them for a while.
They are outsiders,
Oh, okay.
but they've
You would
been
both
for
know
a
that
while.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they got a presence.
Okay.
And this is sketchy.
Can I be sneaky? Can I just try to sneak inside and see if I can take a look?
Like open the door and peek your head.
So there's a door and no windows, and the door is
There is one window, but it seems to be boarded off.
Okay.
And it's a 2-story warehouse, and there is a gate next to it that leads to some kind of back alley.
Is the gate something that I can? I can't see in the
You
dark.
could
though.
launch me over it. Oh yeah, but I can't see in the dark either.
Can I peek in one of the windows?
There's one window,
Can I peek
and
in?
it is boarded off.
Airtight.
Roll investigation.
Yeah, that's right. Come on, -1.
I could potentially get on someone's shoulders too.
Ooh. Okay. No. I rolled a 0.
A nat 1?
A nat 1
Okay.
with a -1 modifier.
Guys, we just set off an alarm.
So you walk up to the window, and you're kind of scoping it out, and you see that there's actually, in the center of the boards, there's a little hole, like a peephole.
Oh no.
For spying, and you look in it.
Oh no.
But you get kind of aggressive with your look, and you actually headbutt the window. So you're excited. You're like, guys, look, and you smash into it.
It's gonna be like a Saw movie. I'm gonna lose my eye.
Yeah, and then a needle shoots out. No,
you put your eye up to the window and you see the eye looking back out.
No, but the wood board that the hole was on thumps back into this room behind it. You can clearly see there's some kind of an office. Looks abandoned.
An abandoned office.
Yes.
What do you see, Scoop?
The room
What do
has
you see?
desks and chairs and bare shelves covered with dust and draped in cobwebs, and some rats skitter away as this board tumbles down. And that's all you hear.
I describe all of that.
Okay, then I try to pick I try the door handle. Is it locked?
The door is not locked.
There were rats and a lot of dust. It seems like the rats wouldn't be there if someone had been around in a while, so you can probably risk some more light.
And the door you see as you look at it, you test the handle and it's not locked, but there is a peephole that seems like it has some kind of sliding shutter on it, so it's closed right now.
I was really good on that last one. I could try again.
Try head through the door. I would just open
So
it.
your
I just
friend,
open the door.
your friend told us that, as recently as that he's seen people come out of this alley. So it doesn't mean they've come from this warehouse. And somebody has to have put that magic lamp there for a reason. Like they want this to be lit. So I wouldn't imagine that it's completely abandoned. They're just not using the office.
All of those
They've
things
given
should
up all,
probably
guys.
they should have probably occurred to Lark, but he just opened the door.
Oh, okay.
Is there? I guess after hearing, did you say all that out loud?
I did.
Okay. I would say any signs of people moving in and out, any tracks or anything like that.
Well, you push open the door, and if you come over, Scoot, and if you shine a light in there, you can see that in this main office, it's another office sort of reception kind of space. It seems like some kind of a storage warehouse for shipping.
Okay.
Like where you would take your materials en route to being sold to somebody after parking in the docks.
I would be familiar with this.
Yep. And you see in this entryway even there's 3 corpses. People that are just stabbed through their blood and just kind of coagulating on the ground.
Recently?
Tables and chairs have been carelessly tossed around. Pretty recently, yeah. Like their daggers and rapiers are still laying by their bodies.
Free gear.
Yeah.
You would be a looter.
And you hear a faint shuffling noise, like footsteps, further within this building as you open the door.
What are the corpses wearing?
They seem to be wearing black leather armor.